is United Kingdom Talk with Chris Reardon.
At the beginning of a brand new week, boys and girls, good morning to you. It's Monday, the 28th of September 2020. A very good morning to you. Welcome to Bracknell and this morning's United Kingdom Talk. Well. First of all, I think one of the first things we had was Towie. The only way is Essex. You know that one? The only way is up. You and me now. We had that one. We've got that one now. We've got Made in Chelsea. We got Geordie Shores, or whatever it's called, Newcastle Nannies. I don't know what it is. Housewives of Cheshire, New York, Hollywood. Guess what's coming next? I mean, you can't be any more tacky than this. In the Sun this morning is reporting Prince Harry and Meghan have agreed to be filmed for a fly-on-the-wall reality series. Now, how much are we going to get of them, I wonder? Are we going to get the rows? I want to see the rows. Don't you want to see the rows? When she picks up plate after she's been washing up, dear. Picks up a plate and throws it at him because he won't buy her a new sofa. Well, a new sofa. Can I have a new sofa? No. It has been thought that the 100... So cheap. They're so cheap, dear. Only £112 million. It had been thought that a £112 million Netflix deal would have them work only behind the camera. Now, what do they mean by that? Is little Harry going to... Maybe he uses his iPhone, does he? Meghan could... hang on, no. They're both behind the camera, so I don't know who they could work with. Maybe Prince William. No, probably not, no. Who could they work with? Who are their friends? I don't know who their friends are. They like pop stars, don't they? Britney Spears, maybe? Oh, hello, Britney. Britney, sorry, dear, could you come to... What have you done to your hair? Oh, you haven't shaved it off again, have you, my love? Can someone get Britney a wig, please? Perhaps you could borrow Meghan Markle's. Is that a wig? Is she wearing a wig? Little Meghan? Bless her heart, darling. Bless her heart. I do have sometimes tuning into her accent. I can't work out what she says. I have to flick to the subtitles bar. You know, that thick American accent that she's got there. It's been thought that a £112 million Netflix deal would have them only work behind the camera, but a source says Meghan wants the world to see the real her. Hello, it's the real... Oh, that's what it is, dear. You got no voice, have you? That's what happened when you join the royal family, though, my love. You have to do what the Queen wants. That's the whole setup. What she wants, you do. You don't have a voice, I'm afraid, my love. That's how it is. You know? How many times do we hear of Princess Anne's other half? Do we ever hear about him? No. It's her. It's all about her. It's not about you, my love. That's why you had to leave. Bye. I'm leaving on the jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Not even for Christmas. Not even at Sandringham. She's been on the phone to me, Her Royal Highness, who we have displayed over there in the corner. What are you doing at Christmas? Do you fancy coming up to Sandringham? I said, no, thank you very much, Your Majesty. I'd love to come, but I have other plans. I haven't actually got any other plans yet, but you don't want people to think that you're going to sit there all lonely, do you? So you pretend. You pretend. They added, apparently it will be tasteful. Well, we're not interested then, are we? What are you going to do? Just walk up and down parks and royal... Oh, no, sorry, there aren't any royal grands where you are. Holding hands around your little mansion. Have you got a mortgage on that mansion? Who's that? Is that with the Halifax or what? Nationwide? I don't know. They added, Meghan and Harry added, it will be tasteful. They want to give people a glimpse into their lives. What's that, an hour a week? Pfft, hour a week, dear. How many hours do you peer into my life, you nosy gits? Huh? They're going to have a glimpse into their life. How exciting. They moved to the United States after moaning about alleged media intrusion. Well, you are royal, dear. That's why people want lots of fun. You can't have it always. 1 minute you want the cameras there, then you don't want them, then you do. Oh, hello. Oh, hello, it's Meghan here. I've got a new outfit. Could you come round, please? Yeah, could you come? I've got a new outfit to show you. Thank you very much. They come round the cameras. Oh, we've had a baby, but we don't want any cameras today. No cameras, please. No. You know, what do you want? Do you want them there or don't you want them there? Make up your mind, dear. She's 39, he's 36. Has said that they wanted to shine a light on people and causes around the world. Love, shine a light. Perhaps she's going to do a pop song. That'd be quite good, wouldn't it? The Meghan Markle. This week's number one is Meghan Markle in the shops, in the charts. What could she sing? You know. All by myself, and solitaire's the only game in town, and every roll that takes him down. Something like that. Well, it's something about going down anyway, I can't remember what. A source said there may have had all these lofty ideas about producing epics. Well, this show you're watching this morning is epic, isn't it? Be honest, it is, isn't it? About producing epics highlighting environmental causes and the poverty gap. Yeah, but I bet they're still using those moist toilet tissues. They're full of plastic. Well, is that what you're using to wipe your bum with, Meghan and Harry? Moistened toilet tissues, full of plastic. Very bad for the environment. Do not ever put them down the toilet. Nope, you'll need a plumber. Oh, hello, I've got a little bit of a £200 before you walk through the door. No, you get a bamboo stick and give that a go first, my loves. They may have had all these lofty ideas about producing epics, highlighting environmental causes and the poverty gap, but Netflix obviously want their pound of flesh. They will be followed for 3 months, but it's not yet known if cameras will be allowed into their £11.5 million mansion in Montecito? Montecito. Montecito. I think that's how you say it. The source said much of the stuff will be about their philanthropy rather than what they get up to behind the closed doors. Oh, well, that's boring then, isn't it? We want to see rowing. We want to see rowing. Yes. We want them to. We want to follow them into the bathroom. That's what we want to see. I mean, he's already made a little appearance like that in Las Vegas some years ago. Do you remember that? Lovely. What a lovely bottom. But it will be a fascinating insight, and Meghan hopes viewers will get to see the real her. Oh, I hope so. However, Ingrid Seward, editor of Majesty magazine, said, "We were told they'd gone to California for greater privacy, so it all appears rather hypocritical." Well, they've got a point, haven't they? Yeah, it does appear a bit hypocritical. It's extraordinary. This is exactly what they said they wouldn't do. The more they talk about themselves, the more people will want them to do just that and won't be interested in anything else they have to offer. Do you know, I can't bear people that just go on and on about themselves all the time, can you? You know? What's all that about? All they seem to do is talk about themselves, isn't it? Have you noticed that? So many people like that, love it. PR expert Mark Bokwowski, I wonder if he's Russian, was more supportive. He said viewers will be interested to see what they are up to, but there needs to be authenticity. There's a lot of long words on the show today, boys and girls. I hope you're taking full note. Perhaps one or two you thickos would like to use one of those words in your conversation today. Go and try that one. Authenticity. Try and shove that into a conversation today. What else have we got there? What was the other word we had there? Hypocritical. Go and try that one. Hypocritical. You can try that one as well today. Or douseries. Douseries. Go and try one of those words. Go on, try one. He said they have laid out a grand plan and are fulfilling it. They are all doing this on their own terms. Their determination to have their voices heard sustains them. The big hits on Netflix are ones based in reality, so it makes sense. So there we go. Looking forward to the reality. The Harry and Megs. How? Meg and Has. Meghan has? Harry's. Hayes. Meghan Hayes. The Daily Show with Meghan Hayes. Yeah, she can come out and sing a couple of pop songs. What could she do? I don't know what she could do. What songs she could do. Netflix say they have several projects in development. And an animated series that's selling. Oh, she's going to be in a car. Is she going to be a cartoon character? I wonder what spitting image will make of her. We are not disclosing any of the programming state at this time. Not going to tell us yet. There we go. Harry and Meghan on the telly. Will you be watching that, my loves, on the Netflix? Eh? Oh, perhaps she'd be interested in coming in here and doing a little interview. That'd be quite nice. Both of them at the same time. I'd keep the cameras rolling while they're having a row or something like that. Would you? Would you want that? We want to see them having rows. Talking of Netflix, I've been watching so much telly over the last couple of days. I have an awful lot to watch, I must admit. I keep coming across new series and films that I want to watch. And I don't know. Anyway, I have at last come to the end of the excellent series that I've been banging on and on about for a few weeks now, The Fall, starring the delightful Gillian Anderson and another drop-dead gorgeous bloke who is a murderer. If you were going to be murdered, you would want him to come into your bedroom and murder you. Absolutely. First of all, he would murder you, usually by strangulation, it looks like. And then he positions you on a bed and takes photographs and washes you. The Fall on Netflix. There are 3 series. It's not long series. I think each series is about 5 episodes. And my God, I did not expect that ending. I love it when it twists at the end. I will not tell you what's going to happen at the end because there are other people that want to watch it, you see. But I'll tell you, it is really good. There's a lot of murdering involved in it. Gillian Anderson plays a very good detective. Okay. Also, you've got in there that excellent Northern Irish actor Colin Morgan, who some of you might remember from the TV series Merlin, which is a few years ago now, which was an absolutely delightful programme they used to have on a Saturday night. I think there were about 5 or 6 series of that altogether. My sister was a big fan of that. In fact, she's watching it again at the moment, I think. She started watching it again from the beginning, and it's about Merlin, and the dragon and all that business. That's really good. Anyway, Colin Morgan is also in The Fall as a sort of young detective. There's the bloke in charge of the police there. I can't remember who plays him now, but a very well-known actor with a beard, greyish beard. He's an alcoholic. It's really good. The Fall on Netflix. Watch it till the end, and your mouth will drop open right on the very last episode. All right. So that I've watched on Netflix. Also, what did I watch last night? Series 2, Episode 1 of The Rain. Very good special effects in that particular episode, and that's about a virus that comes on, which has been created, I think, by humans by the look of it, and you get it by the rain. So the rain falls on you, and you're dead within a minute. Literally, you start doing all that foaming at the mouth and coughing up your gut, and you're doing all the fitting. And all this foam, and then you're dead. And the only way you seem to be able to get it is from the rain. Okay? So you can have, one boy has got it, but he's not dead. So they're all after him, to do tests and things like that on him. So that's The Rain. What else did I watch there? 1 minute. Enola Holmes. I mentioned that last night. Enola Holmes, I think it's fictitious, but it's about the sister of Sherlock Holmes. And that's really nice. It's very homely, very oldie worldy. You'll like that one. Enola Holmes. That's a film which is on Netflix at the moment. What else did I watch? Casualty. Casualty played out the missing episode. Now, this episode was apparently supposed to go on just before the COVID epidemic that we're all in at the moment, and the BBC for some reason deemed it unsuitable for broadcast at the time. Well, when I watched it Saturday, I thought, well, what are they going on about? It was a chemical attack. There was a chemical attack in this particular episode, right? So they had the suits on, you know, the hazmat suits with the all-in-one suit with fans in it and all that business. And it was nothing to do with viruses. It was a chemical attack. And I'm watching this and I'm thinking, why did you not show this? Do you know what I mean? But some knobhead at the top, I suppose, decided, oh, we can't play that now. It might offend some people. It might upset them. Might put them into anxiety. Let's not show that now. Nothing to do with the virus. It was a chemical attack. You know, did we have a chemical attack in March? I don't think we did. Did we? So, but it was very good. Casualty, the missing episode, that's now up on the BBC iPlayer. What else has been happening? Talking of television, another story in the Sun here. Television and radio. Now, Zoe Ball, you may remember a couple of weeks ago, we announced, not exclusively, I'm disappointed to say, not exclusively on this programme, it was in all the newspapers, of the new pay structures that BBC staff have gone on. That football bloke, the Walker's Crisps, Gary Lineker, he's gone down something like 400 grand. He's at 400 grand. He's taken a bit of a pay cut. Zoe Ball got £1 million raise. And we're all there, you know, how ridiculous. £1 million extra pounds, right, for losing 1 million listeners. Because she's lost listeners on her Radio 2 show. She's not my cup of tea. She must be pretty good at what she does, otherwise the BBC wouldn't employ her. But is anyone worth £1 million, apart from Bradley Walsh and co., okay, who I like very much, as you well know? He's going to be doing a new series of blankety blank, 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 boop boop boop, blankety blank, blankety blank. That, yeah. Well, we thought she'd taken the money. In the Sun, BBC top earner Zoe Ball has requested a pay cut. She's requested a pay cut as she feels uncomfortable with a £1 million wage rise. Would you do that? The Radio 2 breakfast show host will begin negotiations with the BBC in the coming weeks ahead of signing a new deal due to start in January. It means the 49-year-old intends to drop in the wage rankings to below Match of the Day host Gary Lineker, 59, despite him taking a £400,000 reduction. The ex-England striker was the Beeb's top earner in the financial year 2019 to 2020 on £1.75 million. That's what they pay him. But he's since signed a deal for less, £1.35 million. She does Radio 2, and she's got this Strictly spin-off called Take Two. A BBC source says Zoe was given a very big pay rise when she took on the job because the gender pay row at the BBC was raging, and she was replacing a man on a big wage in a high-profile job. She's always been thankful for the wage she earns, and she does work very hard, getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning and putting in long hours. Well, I mean, who wouldn't get up at 4 o'clock in the morning for £1 million, you know? But in the current climate and during the pandemic, she has felt increasingly uncomfortable about how much she earns, so has requested that it is reduced. Okay, would you do that? There you go, there's £1 million. Oh, I'm not comfortable at that. Shall I take less? I got to tell you, I've done that. A couple of times, actually. At one place in Brighton. I was DJing at this place in Brighton. The bloke I worked for him in Camden and Clapham, and then he moved down to Brighton and asked me to go with him. And I didn't really want to go. But he said, you know, I'll pay you this. And I'm like, well, go on then, I'll give it a go. Because it was good wages. It was very good wages. So I did this place for a few weeks. And it just didn't work, you know. Just because you're good at doing a job at that place doesn't mean what you do there is going to work there. This is where I think some of those chain pubs and restaurants and places go a little bit wrong. They see something working there and then they roll it out across the country. And they suddenly realise that the people in Leeds don't necessarily like the same music as the people in London in a club. And it was the case in Brighton. I don't think it was so much they didn't like the music, they just didn't come into the bar. Or it wasn't a bar, it was a club. And I can't remember what day I did there, Tuesday or Wednesday, but this was in the days that, you know, you'd go in a club, a gay club, and they would be busy every night. Every night. I remember that in the 1980s. Whatever day you went out to a gay club, it was busy. End of. Not just Saturdays and Fridays, like the straight ones. They were busy all the time. So I went and did this job, and after a few weeks, I'm like, you know, this is just silly, that it's not working. He said, do you want to leave? I said, well, I can go if you want, or I'm happy to do it for less. All right. Well, no. And he wouldn't have it. He wouldn't have it. He said, no, that was the agreement. I said, no, mate. I said, you know, you're paying me this, let's just say £10. Figure out the air, £10, okay? You're paying me £10. I said, there's no one coming in. Just give us £6. And he's like, no, I'll give you the £10. That was the agreement. And it went on for ages, actually, ages. And no one ever really came in except one particular night when we had the Nolans on, the actual Nolans. And I worked with them, and absolutely delightful girls. Absolutely lovely girls. Don't always believe what you see in the paper about people being difficult to work with, because they certainly weren't. In fact, even one of the microphones stopped working. You know, and she said, oh, my mic's gone wrong. I said, oh, give us it here, I'll give it back. She said, don't worry, I'll do a bit of miming. So that was fine, you know. And they were lovely to work with. And on that night, it was packed. Absolutely rammed. But they never stayed. And the show finished, and we had another 2 hours. They were straight out the door. They didn't even wait to hear the music, you know. They were only there for the show. They just didn't work there. And I offered to do it for less, but he wouldn't have any of it. But would you? Would you do that? Offered all that money? Let's have a look at some of your messages this morning. Good morning to Jason Hughes, Diane Jebb. Good morning, Diane. DSLDG2 is there. Michael Palman, morning. Mandy Davenport. Diane Jebb. Jeff, good morning. Oh, the light in your caravan. Oh, I know what that is, Jeff. If the power... I don't know why it happens. If the power goes up... The power must have gone off, I would assume. If the power goes off, when it comes back on again, I don't know why, but sometimes that light comes on, and it shouldn't do. It's got one of those clever smart bulbs in it. What I should really do is take the smart bulb out and put it back on a switch, because it's annoying, especially if that happens in the middle of the night, so you're asleep. How's the power been at the weekend, incidentally, Jeff? Has it been off or on? Has it been off and on a bit? And what about today? Is it still off and on a bit? That's really why I'm not up there now, because I was concerned that the power would go off while I'm trying to do the quiz. And the quiz goes down to one of the pubs, and I was a bit worried that that was going to go off. Has the power been today and yesterday? But yeah, when the power comes back on, like 3 o'clock in the morning, it did happen at that time. Suddenly the lights come on. What's going on here? And of course, you realise the power had gone off and come back on again. It's turned the blooming light on for some reason. Thanks very much, Jeff. Appreciate that, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. Very kind of you, sir. Checked all the doors and windows. Thank you, Jeff. Morning to Gary, 2 tickets, Ross. Hello to you. Michael Bowman there. Bum, bum. There's Gary. Morning, Gary. Nephew Gary. Daniel Woodhouse. Morning to you. Andy V. Hello to Andy V. Greetings. Scrolling. Sherry DMP. Hello, Sherry. She's doing a bit of singing on her channel this weekend, haven't you, my love? I can't remember what you were singing now. Oh, Lord. What were you singing on your channel again, Sherry? Let us know. Scrolling. Morning to Steve Carter. Hello, Steve. All right. Just, they're still in bed. Is it cold in there? Oh, Sherry. I feel for you, my love. Mix Mowers. Good morning, Mick Mowers. Your little parcel is in the post for you, Mix Mowers. All right. Parcel in the post for you. You've got it already? Blimey, that was quick. Are you for real? I sent that Saturday afternoon. You've got that clock already? I'm surprised at that, Mick. Isn't it funny? Sometimes stuff comes like that. It's not even 9 o'clock. Wow, that was quick. Excellent news. Excellent. One moment. Scrolling, just scrolling. Tony King, good morning, Colin K. There's Denise Andrews. Morning, young Denise. Do. Keep it going. Fun things to do with tech. A very good morning to you, sir. Greetings. I had a question for you, actually. A technical question, but I can't remember what it was now. Was it electrical? Can't remember. Maybe it'll come to me in a little while later. I should write things down as soon as they come into my head, because they go, unfortunately. Morning to Christopher Williams. He wasn't playing the bingo last night. Oh, you need to sign into a G Suite account. Don't know anything about that, mate. G Suite account. Isn't that for businesses, G Suite? Oh, there's something wrong going on there, Christopher Williams. Don't know why that is. Try the same username as password as your YouTube account. I think they're all connected. I would imagine it would be the same ones. Did you manage to get in the end? Or what? How strange. Tony King, there you go. 1 million when she's lost 1 million listeners. How does that work? Well, she's not accepting it, apparently. The £1 million, you know. Steve Carter, if she don't need the money, she should donate half every year to charity. Well, what? Well, I don't know about that, Steve. That's her money. That's her money, mate. Do what you like with it. It's like those people that they moan about Elton John, don't they? Buying all those flowers. It's about £250,000 a year on flowers. But it's his money, you know. You just do what you like with it. Plus, of course, he's keeping businesses going by spending that sort of money, I suppose, isn't he? I wonder if he gets all his flowers from the same person, or does he send his other half out to the garage? You know, don't do that to your girlfriends, boys. Do not do that. On the way home, pick up, you know, a couple of those flowers from the petrol garage, £2.50 for about 3 stems. Is Alton Andrews watching this morning? Don't you be doing that to Denise, darling. There you go, love. They're half dead. From the BP garage or something like that. Oh, let's just jump down again. Morning to John Aitken is on episode 4 of The Fall. Jamie Dornan, is it? Dornan. Jamie Dornan. That's who you want to murder you, isn't it? I nearly said another word then. I'm so glad I didn't. That's too far, that is. That's who you'd want to murder you, wouldn't it be? Jamie Dornan. Dornan, isn't it? He is very good. He's very good. Loch Lomond, and it's a long way to Tipperary. No copy. I yon bonny banks and by yon bonny braes, where the sun shines bright on Loch Lomond. Do you know what, Sherry? We should do a duet, darling. Yes, we should do a duet. Forget Meghan Markle's pop song. Do a duet, you and me. By my true love, we'll never meet again on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. What's the other one? It's a long way to Loch Lomond. That's a good one for my just a moment. Loch Lomond and Tipperary. I might have already done Tipperary on my quiz. Can't remember. It's a long way to Tipperary, it's a long way to go. Oh, we got a couple of pictures to show you today from John Parrish. He sent some pictures in. Well, we tried to show them Saturday, but there was little interest. Very disappointing. Very, very disappointed. Very, very disappointed. Very, very disappointed. We tried to show them Saturday. 2 pictures from John Parrish to show you today. We will require today only 21 likes to show you the lovely pictures and very professional pictures, as always, from John Parrish this morning. Okay, my love. Who else have we got here? Let's just where's Jeff gone? Is Jeff still here? I'm trying to see if Jeff's telling me that electric's gone off again at the weekend or whatever. Terrible it is. Morning to Adrian Richardson. Good morning. Cheaper to pick up the flowers from the graveyard. Won't cost you money there in the fresh. Very good idea, Adrian. Is that what you do when you go and visit your mum? You go via the graveyard, you tight-fisted old man. How awful. You was a publican as well. You'd be rolling in money. Oh, I run a pub. We don't really make any money. Pfft. That's like the black taxi drivers, isn't it? Oh, no, we don't make any money. We just about cover our cost. It's the same. That's what Starbucks have been saying for years. We don't make any money. Pfft. Shocking. Shocking, isn't it? Morning to Paul and Lou. Morning to Mick Davenport. And there we are. Paul and Lou there. I think Jeff's gone. Is Jeff gone? How disappointed he's got already. He's had enough of my chatting today. Never mind. I've had my flu injection. Morning, Michael Pullman. Morning, Rachel. There's our Rachel Wheatland. Hello to you. I've had my flu injection. That was on Saturday. Oh, wow. How efficient are they now? I've been saying this for a while. I've had a doctor's appointment and I've had a hospital appointment. My God. Oh, there we go. Electric has been on for the last 24 hours, says Jeff. Oh, fingers crossed, Jeff. Fingers crossed. Did it go off at all yesterday? No, that's 24 hours, isn't it? Thank you, Jeff. Keep a full eye on that today. Have you got email, Jeff? Have you got email? You can keep me fully informed of electrical activities. I'm thinking of buying a small generator just to do the shows with. Seriously. Small generator. About, I believe you can get a decent generator. Do I have to have a special one for computers, though? Oh. Oh, I've got a little thing sticking out my... Oh, don't you hate that? Look. Oh. Oh, I hate that. I haven't got it. It's too small for me to get it. You know when you got that thing sticking out your nail? I was thinking of getting a little generator. Yeah. So 2 computers and a router. An amplifier. 1,000 watts would do that, wouldn't it? Just a small one. 1,000 watts. It's not my caravan that trips the electricity, though. No, all sod all, Gary Ross. It's not my caravan. Excuse me. It's been going off since I've not been there. So shut up. Shut up. Shut up. What do you know about anything? Answer? Nothing. Trying to get 2 tickets every time you do the blooming bingo. It's outrageous. That's what it is. Anyway, so flu injection, had my flu injection. The NHS has become, in a very short space of time, incredibly efficient, I have to say. I've had a doctor's appointment, a hospital over the last few months, a hospital appointment, and now my flu injection appointment. And on each time, they have been incredible. There's no more going into any waiting rooms and sitting there for 2 hours. Doesn't happen anymore. Doesn't happen. So the latest incarnation of my experience with the excellent NHS service was me leaving my house on Saturday morning after our worldwide famous chat show. This is it, United Kingdom tour. And I travelled, I walked to the doctor's surgery. I had a 10:40 appointment, okay? Now, usually for appointments, I can be there half an hour before. But I know they don't want you there too early now. 10:40 generally means 10:40. You know, I got there about 10:30. And the actual flu injection was not in the doctor's surgery. They'd set up in the Scout Hut, which is right, funnily enough, right next to the doctor's surgery, just across the road, right? And Scout Huts are quite large things where the Boy Scouts go. Well, I used to go Scout, not the ones here. I used to go to First Roehampton, although they've been disbanded now, rather sadly. I think it's incredibly sad that the Scouts that I used to go to no longer exist. But there you go, one of those things. So, approached the Scout Hut, and there were 2 people outside, both with the visors on, and the masks, and clipboards. Important people with clipboards. Don't we love them? Although these 2 were quite all right. They didn't make no airs and graces about it like some of them do. You know, these managers walk around shops with their iPads and their clipboards and think there's something else. No, these were okay. And I approached a man, which is something that I am well known at doing instantly. I approached this man. I said, oh, I've got an appointment. He said, okay, what's your name, please? I told him my name. All right, in you go, mate. If you like, there's all these marks on the floor outside the Scout Hut. Mark here, mark here. If you'd like to step forward onto that square there, okay, or that circle there, step for waited. And then there's another lady there. She says, hello, sir, if you could come forward to the next point. Yes, okay, went forward to the next point. And then there's another lady there. Hello, sir, could you come forward to the next... It was like some sort of reality game show. Do you remember that thing with Mike Reed and they had the 3 dots and 4, and that was what was it? No, they had 3 dots. So 3. And everyone had to run to number 3. It was just like that. I was chuckling to myself. Then I got near the door. Hello, sir. Would you like to come forward? And the lady said, now I'm standing on the dot right outside the door. Just inside the door is another lady with a clipboard. Hello, sir. Would you come forward onto the black carpet, please? So you walk into and now you're inside now. So I'm inside this square thing. You've gone in the back door, so to speak. Right? And from there, I can see 6 tables. So if that's the Scout Hut, I've come in here, right? And we've got 6 tables. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? And 2 metre rule, more like 4 or 5 metres in there. There was about 4 or 5 metres between each table. And at each table were positioned 2 members of staff. I don't know if they were nurses or doctors. I didn't recognise my doctors on any of those tables, so I don't know who they were, but they were obviously trained medical type people. So I got to the... Okay, sir, would you move on to the next dot, please? You moved on to the next dot. I'm next now, right? So far, this entire experience has taken about 45 seconds from arriving at that first bit outside the Scout Hut. Everything's very quick. Move foot. Okay, would you go to that table over there, please? Straight down to the table nearest the exit. Good morning, sir. Can I take your name, please? Name types in on the laptop. Okay. How are you today? I said, I'm fine. Yeah, ready to have this done. And there's the little packet of glass things with needles on there. And I'm saying to him, my sister won't have this done. I said, why? And he's like, well, why is that then? I said, well, she says it's in full with all sorts of mercury and things like that in it. You know, but there's plenty of people who think like that. You know, they think you're being injected with some sort of microchips so that you can be tracked everywhere. Not that it matters at our age. We hardly go anywhere dodgy, do we? You know, or do anything dodgy. Well, I don't anyway. Perhaps you do. And he's saying, oh, that's a shame. Can't you get her to... How old is she? And I'm like 55. I think she is 54 or 55, my sister. Can't you get her to... I said, no, she won't have any of it. She won't have any of it. Okay. And in this time, while I'm chatting away to him, he's done it. And I'm very good. I barely felt it. Seriously, he was very good at it. I barely felt the needle go in and out. Okay, so you can go now. Thanks very much. And out. I would say to you, the entire experience took about 2 minutes. That is from queuing up. Or no queue, because it's all times, you see. It's all times. No queue. From standing outside there to coming right through the hall. I was in the actual room, which is a large building, 1 minute. If that. 1 minute. In and out. They do not want you hanging around in any of these places for absolutely 1 second longer than you need to be. Highly, highly, highly efficient. And that was it. That was it. Came back here, treated myself to a small bag of cheese and onion crisps on the way back. You know, to treat myself for the pain and suffering, which incidentally Mandy Davenport gives out on this channel if you're misbehaving. Mandy Davenport always stand in mind with the pain and suffering. I treated myself to a very small grab-sized bag of Walker's cheese and onion crisps on the way here, which I didn't eat when I was on my way. Nope, because they have to be sprayed first. I buy my shopping, it goes in the bag, it comes back here, it gets sprayed with antiviral spray, and then I open the packet, which I enjoyed very much. And that was my flu injection. Very, very impressive. Very impressive. And it was the same when they took my blood. They take my blood twice a year to have a little look at it down at the hospital in there. Again, an appointment is made now. You know, none of this, or just take a ticket out there, we'll be with you as soon as we can. Nope, doesn't happen anymore. Doesn't happen anymore. You have no longer got to sit there for, if you're lucky, 5 minutes. If you're unlucky, 2 hours. You know, none of that anymore. In and out. Everything is timed to the minute. My appointment was actually something ridiculous like 10:37. It wasn't 10:40 or 10:35. 10:37. And I got there, as I say, run about 10:35, 10:30, 10:35, and straight in. Fantastic. Have you had an experience like that at all? I gather they're a bit short of flu injections. You know, when you see these things mentioned, you must jump on them straight away because stuff runs out. It happens in the best of times. And funnily enough, when I rang about this flu injection, she told me it was the last appointment they had. But it's done now. So my experience afterwards, I would say everything was fine. And then Saturday night, I felt tired. I felt tired Saturday night after I had my little afternoon sleep. And I thought, okay, that's probably the flu injection because I've had that before. You know, your body kind of gets very tired while it's doing whatever it's done to this flu injection. And then Sunday morning, I noticed my legs were aching. Like the top bits, you know, top of the knee to up at the bit what joins your lower stomach. The legs were aching, and yesterday, before I come up here to put the service out on YouTube, the mass from the church up on YouTube, I was climbing up the stairs, and my legs felt like lead. They weren't that bad, but they felt really heavy, you know. So yesterday afternoon, I was kind of not quite with it. I was in a bit of very tired. It made me very tired, but I was okay. I thought, no, that's all to do with the flu injection. And in fact, last night I was actually very tired as well. Believe it or not, I'm very good at hiding those sort of things when I'm doing a show. But I was quite tired last night. And after the show last night, after our bingo show last night, I watched a little bit of telly. I had a pizza last night for dinner, which was delicious. Oh, delicious too. I ate well yesterday. It didn't stop me eating. I rarely have a lack of appetite, which is a shame, really, because I could do with a little bit of a lack of appetite for a couple of weeks, but there we are. Yesterday afternoon, I did pasta with, I put too much chilli in again, didn't I? Oh, dear. I made all this lovely pasta, and I had chopped up onions, chopped up mushrooms, chopped up pepper, fried that off, boiled the pasta, nice and soft, emptied the water, pasta back in there. I cheated with a bottle of that ready-made pasta sauce, you know, like a tomato type thing. Put it in there and some chili flakes on there as well. Stirred it all up, nice and done. Put it in the bowl. Went into, but there was probably a bit too many chili flakes in there. Went into my fridge. No cheese. Oh no! And you know, if you put too much chili in, that bit of cheese on the top takes it off a little bit, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? I thought, no, I haven't got any cheese. I thought it must be a bit of cheese hiding in there somewhere. Nope, no cheese whatsoever. Nothing. So I had to suffer, boys and girls. I had to suffer. I suffered with no cheese on top of my pasta. And I brought it into the living room. I think, what was I watching yesterday afternoon? One of those things I mentioned earlier. And I'm eating this, and my head, I have a tissue next to me to pat the top of my head where it's all sweating because of the amount of chilli I'd put in. I used chili flakes this time, and that was nice. And last night, because I'd been over to Co-op yesterday afternoon as well, and I went out to get a posh pizza for last night's dinner, which are usually £5.50. I mentioned this last night, I know. They're usually £5.50, so I picked up one and I saw the label, 2 for £8, and they're big. Really, they are really for two people, I'll be honest with you. They are for two people, these great big rectangular pizzas. Mozzarella pizza from the Co-op, usually £5.50, £4 each, 2 for £8. So I bought 2 of those and a few other little bits and pieces in the Co-op yesterday. It's funny, that Co-op. They've got one self-service, card till. You know, you can't put money in it. And I've had no cash since March. I've been forced to go card only. I have no cash at all. I've got about £10 in cash, which for some reason I think I should hold on to just in case I ever need cash. I haven't done so far. I am always paying now with my phone, you know, click on that thing. But in the Co-op, for whatever reason, don't matter how long the queue is there, no one ever goes to this particular till. And there was a queue of about 4 people in there. I'll be honest, it's a bit of a squeeze in that Co-op, you know. You have to go round the other way if you want to not be in the queue. So I went round the other way. I'm now at the top of the queue, right? But not in the queue. And anyone want to use the card till over here? No. Anyone? No. Okay, so I'm straight over there. and checked out all my goods, and that was it really. Yeah. So I had a nice pizza last night, but I was really tired, and then I went to bed. Went to bed about half past 11, quarter to 12. No, about 12:15 last night. Actually, that's the normal time for me going to bed. It was only because I got stuck in here trying to do today's show. It was quite difficult finding stories for today's show, really. Sometimes it's difficult, sometimes it's easy. You know, you never know. And I now look for like a headline story, which today was Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, and I create the little thing. You know, and this all takes time. You know, and you don't just say, oh, can I have a picture, please, of Harry and you know, and it just appears. You have to look for this stuff and then do stuff to it and what have you. It all takes quite a lot of time. But I slept very well last night, and this morning, I have to say, firing on all cylinders. I don't feel there's anything wrong at all. My legs don't ache. I'm not tired. So, yes, I think that was probably the flu injection did that. My body has done whatever it has to do, and now it's fine again. So, hopefully that'll be it. So that was my flu injection. Yeah, all done. Fun things to do with tech. Good morning. Excellent. That was it, Tech. That was what I was going to ask you. That's funny. Funny you should come out with that. That's exactly what I was going to ask you. I knew I had a question for you, and he's answered it. If you can run a generator, you need a surge protector, and you need to make sure that you've got it on a priority system. Well, what I would do is turn the generator on. I've never run a generator, so I don't know what to do. You push a button or pull a string, I think you might have to do. Turn it on. I'd have like a strip plug plugged into it, and then all my two computers and router plugged into that. You see, that's what I'd have to do there, you know. Oh, he also says, if plan to run it when power out, the generator a crossover switch. So all you have to do is turn the mains power on first and start your generator. It could be surge protection. Yeah, the problem is if the power goes off, then it all goes off. It then takes time to start the damn generator and then take the plug out of there and plug it into that. Do you see what I mean? So I think what I'd have to do, while there is a known problem, literally is start the generator and then just do the whole show on that. Do you see what I mean? Because when it goes off, then it will all go off anyway. So then what I'd have to do is just, you know, unplug that from there, plug it in there, then start it, and then restart everything again. Well, that can take 10 minutes, in which time you've probably all gone to find something else to do. So I think while there's a known problem, I would be doing that, you know, before the show even starts. I'd have the generator on, it would all be working, and then I'll just do the show with the generator. Be done with it, you know. There's also those UPS things, but I don't know how good they are. I mean, I don't even know what one to buy. You go on Amazon, look at these uninterrupted power supplies, and they've got all these figures and numbers. Well, I don't know what they mean. You know, 200 MVWs for 1 hour and all that. I don't know what it all means. It's just a mystery to me. Excellent. Jeff's gone to the 3 shop in Boston. I've been there. Picked up a router, £15 unlimited data, and smart TV. Now works fine without external aerial. Blooming marvellous, Jeff. I told you, didn't I? You don't necessarily. It just depends where your position is on there. Some people will need an external aerial. Some people won't. You clearly don't. Can I ask how many bars have you got on your router? I get 2. Sometimes it drops down to 1. Occasionally it goes up to 3, very rarely. Usually it's about 2. But even when it goes down to 1, I've still got the speed there. I don't know if you've done a speed test, have you, Jeff? You'd need to do it on your phone or something like that. What's your speed there? Do you know? Just as a matter of interest. Jeff's got the caravan next to me at the thing there. Right, let's just... morning to Michael Lawrence. No, the 3 home broadband deals are extremely good, Michael. They're really good. In actual fact, I'm actually thinking of having that here now. At the moment, I'm with Virgin Media. They did me a very good deal last time, but only because I let the contract run out. Oh, yes. You've got to let no point in trying to get a better deal while you're still in contract. They won't do it. You literally have to tell them, I'm going, and let the contract run out. 2 days later, they're on the phone. Oh, we see you haven't renewed your... Can we ask why, please? Well, I've been ringing you. I rang you 3 times. Oh, well, could you just tell us what the problem was? I said, yeah, I'm going with Vodafone now because they're only £24 a month. OK, we'll match that. Bang. They matched it. I did drop speed, but it hasn't affected me. So, fine. There we go. Let's just go. Gary Ross was in the Beavers and the Cubs. Well, that's because you're younger than me, Gary, because we never had Beavers. We never had Beavers. We just had Cubs. Cubs, Scouts, Venture Scouts leaders. That was it. You know. They did say to me, are you sure you don't want to be in the Guides? I don't know why they would say that to me, really, but there we are. The Girl Guides. There's young Michael. Thank you for a lovely time on the bingo. We did have a nice time last night, didn't we, Michael? It was a nice day there. Let's just scroll down a little bit there. Rosalind Winton. Hello, Rosalind. All right, darling. There's our Rosalind. She wrote the words to that beautiful song that we played out earlier in the year. Was it back in March, April, I think it was. March, April, May. Beautiful song. Do you remember that? The video that we had. Can't play it anymore. It's got copyright on it, Rosalind. In fact, I've got 2 copyright warnings because of that. What they do is they go back on other shows. And, I got 2 warnings from playing that out. I really shouldn't play any music, but it was a beautiful song anyway, wasn't it? Morning to Dylan Hutchinson. Morning to you. Hello, Millen. We're just scrolling down a little bit there. Scrolling. You'll get fatter after eating cheese crisp. I mean, how fat can I be? I don't know, really. The only good beaver is a dead one. Oh, poor little beavers. Chris Williams had a pizza on Saturday morning. Ham and pineapple with garlic bread. Lovely. Oh, lovely. That does sound nice. Ham and pineapple with garlic bread there. You didn't receive your bingo tickets today? Well, you must have won last week then, Chris. You must have won at some point last week then. You know what to do if that happens. If you win and don't claim, the tickets stop. It's automatic, that is. You must have won last week. Okay? That's why you wouldn't have received one this morning. You know what to do. Send us an email. Ask to be put back on there. If someone wins and they don't claim, you fall off the list. And the reason for that is you hold everyone up by not being there. All right? But it's not a problem. You know, if you want to go back on the list, just let me know. Is that the Sunday one or the weekday one? Today's. So it must be the weekday list you've fallen off. All right? Morning to the dark side. The dark side 69. What about Parliament? Pubs not affected but lockdown, is it right? Okay. Oh, yes. Do you know, I can't believe September's nearly over now. And that gone quick. That's gone so quick, that September thing. You can't run a PC off a generator, says the dark side. Can you not? Oh. Jeff, you need a UPS, Chris, like shops have for tills. That would at least... If I could find one of those power supplies to give me half an hour of electricity on a battery of some sort, what would I need? Perhaps one of you blokes can tell me this. Or even the ladies. Sorry, ladies, I don't mean to be sexist about that. But it does, you know what I mean. It does tend to be the blokes that really know. I mean, I don't know. Okay, so let me tell you let's say 2 computers, 350 watts each, roughly. 2 computers, 300. What's a computer draw? I don't know what it draws. Computer, what's it draw? Say 350 watts each, a computer. I'm just guessing. Hang on a minute. Let's have a look. How would I know what this draws? I wouldn't, would I? What wattage does a computer draw? I bet it depends on all sorts of things. Oh, around 100 watts. Is that all? Oh. Michael, most computers go to sleep. How much power does my computer use? Overclocking can bump your load draw by several hundred watts. Oh, well, I wouldn't know then. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Let's just say 300 watts each, shall we? Shall we say 300 watts each? Although I wouldn't want to get it wrong. 300 watts each for a computer. Then the router, 20 watts. That's it. That's it. Don't worry about the heating. I don't mind there sitting there freezing. So shall we say 700 watts? What UPS do I need to give me 700 watts for half an hour? Does that sound like a reasonable calculation to you? Because I don't know. There you go. See what you come back with that one. Jeff and Lynn won't put up with the noise of a generator. They get quiet generators, Jason. Not like the things that you boys play around with. I bet you got one of those things on the back of your car and all, haven't you? What's all that about, lads? Can't you go around quietly? They do it round here. All these lads, 18, 19, 20 years old, they put that thing on the back of their car. There are quiet generators, dear. Jason, we're not talking about the sort you've got, come out of the war. Second-hand item as used by the army in the Second World War. Proper things like Hyundai and Honda generators, dear. Very quiet. More like a cat purring. If Sylvie comes, Sylvie, who's queen of all caravans, there's been a little bit of a noise. Oh, it's just my cat. Where is it? Oh, it's out catching mice. There's a couple of lovely cats on that caravan site. Beautiful cats, yeah. And there's a little dog lives opposite us. Isn't it, Jeff? He's all right. I don't mind. Sometimes you have to pick up the poo, but I don't mind that, to be honest. He's a lovely little dog. And he gets friendly with you. He comes up my veranda and comes in the house. He just walks in, this dog. Is it a Jack Russell? Something like that. So friendly. The bloke who's opposite us, Rory. Lovely man. And another one of those blokes who can do anything. He does a bit of the maintenance on the site as well. There you go, Rachel. I hope it's a silent generator. Neighbours will complain. There won't be any noise complaints from my caravan. I'll tell you that now, Rachel. Unless I'm watching Last Night of the Proms. I told you, didn't I? We had Last Night of the Proms. I wouldn't have done it if you'd have been there, to be honest, Jeff, next to me. But it came to Jerusalem. I've got this sound up. And when this bloke is playing the deep notes on the organ, the floor was vibrating on the caravan. I kid you not. It was... It was like my own little concert. We could have had people draw up chairs outside and perhaps a projector. You know what we could do, Jeff? We could get a projector... And you could on a table in the summer, on the table, and we could hang a screen, on that light that doesn't work. Hang a big screen on there, and we could have film nights, couldn't we? Yeah. We could have film nights. We could have people come around half time with ice creams and beers and things like that. I think that's an excellent idea. He's got 3 bars. Oh, I'm jealous. I haven't got 3 bars, Jeff. Fantastic. Fantastic. That's all you need, mate. That's all you need. Now and again, 3 do a bit of maintenance and you might lose it, but it doesn't really happen at all anymore. That hasn't happened to me in weeks now. It did for a while back in... Do you remember that, everyone? Oh, what a nightmare. It was last year, wasn't it? Oh, it was going on and off like anything. And unfortunately, when stuff goes wrong at 3, they start reeling through this list of things they want you to try, and they never haven't got a clue what they're doing, to be honest, I don't think. But when it works, it's really good. I'm so pleased for you there. Look at the power supply. Oh, of course, yeah. Of course. 435 megs. No, you probably mean 43. 43 and a half. 43 and a half. I reckon you've got 43 in the house. Where are we now? Bum. Don't worry, Rosalind. It's one of those things, One of those things. 43 and a half meg. That's a good download. You haven't got to worry about your uploads. You don't need upload. I need upload, you see. Good point there, Rachel. Perhaps I'll do that before I take action on that one. Morning to Mark Bowles. Hello, Marky baby. All right. Tony King reckons you can run a computer off a generator. To be honest, I'd be happy with a battery type affair. They do battery generators, so to speak. Basically, you plug them in and charge them up and then they're ready. They do those. They are horrifically expensive. £300, £400, £500. A cheap petrol generator seems to go for about £150, £200, which isn't bad at all. Funnily enough, my brother-in-law's got one, but I think it's an old, probably be a noisy affair, which I can't have anything noisy there. That would be wrong. Good music deserves the volume up. Land of Hope. And it was Jerusalem, actually. Not the first version they did. Last night at the proms, did you see that? God, what an abortion of a song that was. What did they ruin that? But they played the proper version at the end with the organ. Oh, I love it. Let's have a look there. Mark, why go to the gym when hungover? Because he's got to keep fit for when he comes round here. I'm not having some fat old codger like myself turning up here. Thank you. There you go. Oh, dear. Jason's got a Honda generator, have you? Well, it can't be that loud then, surely. Colin's got a Smarty 3 data sim. Smarty is 3, are they? £10 a month, 100 gig. No, you're better off with the unlimited there, Jeff. Unlimited is great. Christopher did claim on Thursday, don't think you saw the word bingo. Actually, a lot of people saw you claim, Christopher. You were really late. Really late. I mean, you claimed. A lot of people saw you claim because they told me. You claimed 5 minutes after the game stopped. I don't know why. You've got a problem there somehow. Your messages, morning to Maureen today. Morning, Maureen. But yeah, I saw you claim. Literally, we done the game. You got your minute and a half. That waited. Then I think we had to pull out another 8 or 9 numbers before someone won. They won. They claimed. We had a little bit of a chat. 5 minutes passed before the words bingo came through from you. Other people saw that. So I would always say to you, Chris, I don't know what it is, but check your clock there. Look, it's now coming up to... It's just gone 16 minutes to 10. So just keep an eye on your clock whenever you join the show, because I think you're joining us late for some reason, or it's running late on your device maybe. And we've got 14 likes at the moment. I've got 2 pictures from John Parrish to show you this morning. We want 21 likes to show you those this morning, all right? So if you want to see those pictures, a few more likes there. Okay. All righty. Let's just scroll that down there. Where's that gone? So that's that. Let me just do that. A very disappointing litter pick, I have to say, yesterday afternoon. You know, I go around collecting rubbish and all that. Bag and a half worth. That's in the 2 weeks I haven't been here. Very disappointing. A whole bag. And when I say disappointing, I'm disappointed there's so much of it. I was really upset by that. Not, you know, I'm not crying or anything. Don't worry about that. But I think, you know what? Sometimes what's the point? Because if I don't do it, no one does it. And the amount of litter, just stuff dropped. And there's some idiot. This was about 7:45 yesterday morning. I've had my breakfast. Got nothing to do in between that and virtual mass on the television. So I've gone out with my bag and my litter picker, going around, picking up bits and pieces. And you see people with dogs out there at that time. Most of them say hello to you. That's all right. And there's a bloke with a beard standing near a bin and a lady with a dog. They're chatting away. I've got my bag and I'm about to put a couple of items in the public bin. Morning. She said, have you got much today? I said, well, yeah, it's a bit more than I thought there'd be, to be honest. And this bloke says, oh, well, it's the council's fault, isn't it? And I'm like, how's it the council's fault? Well, they don't put enough bins out, do they? I said, well, there's a bin here. I'm about to put my stuff in. Yeah, but that's the only one. The other one's right in there, in the swings. They've put one where all the kids can play. You know, all that dog poo and litter around where the kids play, in the bin. And I'm like, well, what's that got to do with the council? Well, they shouldn't put the bin there, should they? They ain't got enough bins. I said, what has that got to do with the council? I got quite irate. What? I thought, you blooming idiot. I said, you think if there was a bin every metre, every few feet, if there was a bin, these people, and they're not just children, these people would still throw their cans in the bushes. Well, I blame the council. I said, no, it's all right, mate. And I walked off. Blooming idiot. It's one of those people that blame the council for everything, isn't it? There's not enough bins. I'm standing next to a bin and there is rubbish on the floor around the bin which is not full up. They don't use it. No. And then they chuck it in the bush. And you can't just look along the path. You have to look in the bush as well. I expect I missed some of them where they've gone quite deep in the brambles, but you get them in the winter, you see. As the winter comes, everything dies off and then exposes all the cans and crisp packets. Then I really go to work. Blooming idiot. It's like these people, you know, their windows are a little bit rotten on the outside. Possibly all they need is a little bit of paint. That may be all that they need. You know. I said, oh, my windows are rotting away. The council ain't come round to paint. Well, do it yourself then. Well, it ain't my job. Do it yourself. Go and get yourself a tin of paint and a brush and paint them yourself. Nah, nothing to do with me. It's the council's. You know, if my kid falls out the window, it'll be the council's fault. No, it won't. It'll be your fault. Seal up the window then. Screw it down. Do something to it. No, don't want the responsibility of that. My dad painted the windows at our place. You know, they had gone a bit rotten. I'll give you that. And the council should have come round and painted them. But they didn't. They didn't. So my dad went out and bought a tin of paint and painted them. Ah, nothing to do with me. Oh, it's rubbish. Nothing to do with me. I ain't picking that up. Just not interested in anyone else, are they? What about that bag of rubbish the other day? A couple of weeks ago. A whole bag of bottles. And they're heavy. And I've managed to put them down. And I noticed all the bins were still out. I thought, well, they haven't collected the bins yet. I've dropped this in a bin anyway. I opened this bin. It was empty, so they'd obviously cleared them out. I just put it in that bin there. Carried on walking back to my house. And the next day, I'm walking up the road. There's the bag of bottles propped up against the wall because someone didn't want them in their bin. It's just annoying and just ridiculous, isn't it? Eh? I don't know. Anyway, very disappointing there. Oh, we got the raffle today. We got the fridge magnet raffle, which we'll do very shortly. Let's just scroll down there. Hello to how do you say that? AH80, is that right? H80? H80, I'm not sure. 110 amp leisure battery should give you around 700 watt hours, meaning you could run both computers for around an hour. Just get a 12 volt inverter capable of 1000 watts to connect the battery and you're sorted. Now, yeah, I had something like that. Do you know what I had? Not now. I have solar panels on my roof here at the house. Not allowed to have them down at the caravan. I did ask once, but they don't want you to have them there, which is understandable because that's going to cost them money because you buy the electric. So I get that. But what I had here was a 65, 80 watt solar panel. And it was connected to a 110 amp hours leisure battery. And that used to run my lights in here. I had low voltage lights that I put in. I've took them out now. It was just a little fun thing to do, and I never paid for my lights. All used to charge up from the battery. So, yes. There, that might be worth doing. So, you reckon 110 amp hours. 110 amp hours. Is that what I need? Amp hours. I think that's what that means. 110 AH amp hours. Oh, look at that. Thanks so much for AH there. 80. £250. That would be okay, I think. That'd be all right. Tax-deductible item. Need it for the business. That's what we like. Tax-deductible items. Morning to Heidi Young. Oh, congratulations. Wow. 10 to 10? Are you taking the mick? Or did you get tired cutting that grass? That must have taken you ages. Heidi likes to do her grass perfectly. There's no lawnmower. She's out there with a little ruler and a pair of scissors. 1 inch. 1 inch. 1 inch and a bit. Oh! 1 inch. Morning, Heidi. She didn't want to get out of bed. I was listening in bed, but the coffee required, so I had to move. I've got my my kettle on one of those smart plugs. Yeah, I've got smart plug. I turn all these things off when I'm not there, because if you were listening to the show earlier on, I do have one smart bulb in the caravan. But unfortunately, for whatever reason, if the power goes off, when it comes back on again, the smart bulb defaults to on, which I think is a bit odd. And I'm concerned that the smart plugs might do that as well. So I actually turn everything off now. But I have a smart plug when I'm there on the kettle. And I fill it up before I go to bed, fill it up, and it's actually on time. And when I get up, it's all switched on there. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Someone else has texted in there with some information there as well. Now, I could put that solar... I don't know. Could I put... Actually, if it's charging a battery, they'd probably be all right with it. But they don't want you wiring anything into their mains for obvious reason. Oh, it's Gary. It's Gary. Morning, Gary. Thank you, Gary. We will discuss this later. I do have... I think it's about a 75-watt solar panel. Something like that. And bear in mind, it wouldn't get used that often, would it, I suppose? Well, I'll have a think about it. We'll have a think about that. Let's just have a little look round there. Just scrolling down there. Oh, have you discovered the tin shop yet, Jeff? Oh, you've got to go to the tin shop, mate. Idea tell you where it is. The tin shop, yes. All right, let's have a look there. Heidi says she was so comfy this morning, didn't want to move. No harm done, fully recharged. I'm fully recharged as well now. There you go. Alrighty, some stories for you this morning. We'll do the raffle after this, all right? Amazon delivery driver leaps fence to escape giant dog. Oh, don't you hate that? When I was working for British Telecom as an engineer, I hated dogs. Well, I'm still not keen on them, to be honest. Blooming great big things, barking the bleeding heads off. The little ones, actually, with the little barks, bless their hearts. I always chuckle a little bit when you get a little Scottish Terrier or something like that barking its head off. There's one of them running Scotland at the moment, isn't there? In the form of Nicola Sturgeon. You know. Stand up, Nicola. Oh, you are, sorry. In the Daily Mirror, an Amazon delivery driver has been praised for his Olympic-level reactions after being faced with a giant dog bounding across the lawn towards him, only to realise the 13-stone English Mastiff just wanted to say hello. Yeah, but we don't know that, do we? You know, how many times have you had some blooming great big fat Alsatian barking its head off, barking its head off at you like that? You know, and the owner, oh, it's okay, he won't hurt you. Well, someone said that to me a couple of times and they've gone for my leg. When I was doing jogging, some years ago now, I was doing jogging over the forest, and this blooming dog, it'd be all right, and it wasn't. It came and nearly ripped my bleeding bottoms of my tracksuit bottoms off. All torn they were, didn't get my leg, fortunately. What did the owner do? Walked off. I hate them. They should always be on leads, these bleeding dogs. Hilarious closed-circuit television footage from outside the home of Alan and Meredith Anderson shows the moment the driver parks up at the address in California. Not taking much notice of the beware of the dog sign on the gate, the driver carefully lets himself in and makes his way towards the front door, disappearing out of view. Seconds later, he is caught sprinting back, vaulting over the fence with the package still in hand, shortly followed by the dog, who's wagging his tail like crazy. He laughs as Meredith strolls over and collects the parcel, with the homeowner completely unaware of what has just happened. It's frightening. This bloke just jumped over the fence. I would have done as well. What if you trip over, though? You might trip over the fence, mightn't you? Huh? Not funny, is it, really? Dogs shouldn't be allowed out like that. Let's have a look. Morning to John Parrish. It's nearly peel time. How long does the power go out for? You could use a large UPS. The maximum it's been out for has been about half an hour, usually 10 minutes. Or even less. 10 minutes or even less. Yeah, but the maximum it's been out of has been, about half an hour. Right. Okay. Where are we now? Talking about that thing. Oh, it is nearly pills time. Yes, it is. Shall we go early today? Let's go early for the pills, John. Cool. Right. "21 likes, and I'll show you John Parish's photos this morning. We got 15 at the moment. And now we're going to do today's raffle, boys and girls. Who's going to win? Da-da-da-da. Right. Do-do-do-do-do. All right, let's get these done. Right, you ready, gang? It's time for this week's raffle. Where's the drum roll? Someone is about to win. One. Oh, where are they? Oh, I can't find them now. Where's the rest of them? There's only one here. Oh, there they are. Someone is about to win one of our exclusive fridge magnets, boys and girls. Are you excited? Yes, you are. Ready? Blah, blah. Here comes the drum roll. I have a ticket. It's ticket number 310. Ticket number 310 is the winner today. Okay, is that you? If it is, you need to shout claiming or something like that in that chat box immediately, boys and girls. Is that a recent ticket? No, it's not. Okay, so that's the winner. All these now go in here, all ready for the super draw, which will be on Thursday's programme this week. On Thursday's programme, on Wednesday's programme. On Wednesday's programme, we have a super draw. That is all the tickets that have been collected this month. We have an extra draw, and you can have a mug or a water bottle for that. All right? An extra draw. Oh, Paul and Lou. Paul and Lou. It's happened again, hasn't it, Paul and Lou? Sorry. There you go. Never mind. We're not playing bingo today, John. Right, more stories for you, darlings. Coronavirus. Have you got any vouchers at home? How about those gift cards? Listen, do yourselves a favour. Do not give gift cards at Christmas. Cash in an envelope. Oh, I don't know how you're going to do that this year, actually. I don't know how you're going to do that this year because no one's got any cash. But I never go along with gift cards. You're then tied to a shop, aren't you? You know, it's all very well getting little Johnny a book voucher. Probably doesn't want a book. Oh, got a book voucher. What's the point? Cash in an envelope is best. Something like that. But have you got any of those vouchers? You may have missed out. In the BBC website, UK shoppers may have lost a total of nearly £100 million in unused vouchers during the coronavirus lockdown. The consumer group, which has estimated. A survey of 2,000 adults suggested a quarter of people possessed a voucher that expired during lockdown. Now, many retailers contacted customers and offered to extend them, but a third of those with an expiring voucher did not get an extension and lost the money. I think the shops probably make quite a lot of money out of these vouchers, you know. People that get a voucher for Christmas, then they put it in a drawer and forget about it. What a dreadful waste of money, isn't it? Which urged people who were unable to use their vouchers to contact the shop. It also warned of the risks of buying new vouchers because some well-known retailers had recently collapsed, and added that further restrictions could make it more difficult to spend them. So be very, very careful about giving out these vouchers to people because they are time. Denise says the post office voucher covers about 100 shops. Well, yeah, but it's still a voucher, isn't it? I just don't like the voucher type thing, really. It's not really for me. Cash in an envelope, something like that, I think. Cash in an envelope, all right. Morning, Shania. Shania joining us there. Morning, young Shania. Ah, the delightful Paul Anderson watching in Amsterdam. A mouse lived in a windmill in old Amsterdam. I heard my feet, mouse, where? They're on the stair, going clip, clippity, clop on the stair. Oh yeah. And what are you running on that? 2 UP fees, keeping stuff going. Oh, thank you, Paul. You've sent an email with details, have you? One moment, please. Searching. Oh, no email from you, lovey. Nothing here. Oh. Paul, I haven't got an email from you. Are you sending it on the correct email, I wonder? I'd be very interested to see what you got to write there, Paul. Thank you very much for that. Okay. What are we going here now? One moment, please. Gordon Ramsay. I mean, why would you ever want to eat this? I couldn't believe it. Daily Mirror this morning. Gordon Ramsay's self-proclaimed perfect sticky pudding is being slammed for coming with gravy. It's not the price of his tiny steak and chips, which we discovered last week, or the week before, wasn't it? And his pre-selected cheese board, or the child-sized roast dinner. It's the sauce on his sticky pudding that's takering a hammering. It's £7.75 pre-flight perfection, which is served at Plain Food in Heathrow Airport's Terminal 5, reports the Daily Star. The mouth-watering video shows a generous amount of toffee being drizzled over a large piece of cake, but fans couldn't help but point out the questionable consistency of the sauce. Well, it's got to be thick, isn't it? Let's have a look. Many people compared the consistency of the mystery liquid to gravy. What, thin? While the chocolate cake was likened to meatloaf and the ice cream to mashed potato. Not a good response all round. One said, why are you pouring thin gravy on that cake? Chocolate might be better. Another said, grated cake and mashed potato. A third said, for the first time ever, Mr. Ramsay, I've got to say, this looks nasty. It doesn't look nice. Want to see a picture? Of course you do. One moment, please. Connecting. Thank you, those of you that retweeted my tweet. I don't know why I bother with tweet. I mean, no one seems to redo it. I think very little amount of people use Twitter. I'll be honest with you. There you go. That doesn't look that nice, does it? That does look how thin that gravy looks. What's all that? Oh, not chocolate sauce, whatever it is. Doesn't look good at all, does it? £7.75 he wants for that. £7.75 for that. Awful. Not nice at all, is it? I haven't a clue what you're drowning in that mystery liquid, someone wrote. I thought this was meatloaf and gravy with a scoop of mashed potato. It does look like that. Don't look nice, does it? It's all very well having these posh... You see Delia Smith, she had it all sorted, didn't she? Homely cooking. Decent sized portion. Can you imagine that, Jeff? If you went out something like that. Where is it? I'd need a microscope to see the blooming food on the plate. Not for Shania. She don't want it. You don't want it, do you, Shania? Morning to George Bond. I don't like the idea of that. Let me just check for Paul's email now, see if that's arrived yet. No email from you yet, Paul. Where is it, dear? No email, Paul. Maybe he's writing it at the moment, is he? Not liking the look of that, Shania. No raffle yet, darling. Yes, 310 was the winner. We are waiting for a claim. 310. All right. This is a bit Naughty, really. Those of you that are disabled, I know there's a few of you on here. Again, in the Daily Mirror, a disabled man has slammed McDonald's after staff refused to serve him at a drive-thru because he was on a mobility scooter. That's a bit unfair, isn't it? He's on a scooter. I mean, why not? Even if you was to walk up, surely you could stand in the queue of cars and just go to the window. What's the blooming problem? Someone ticking boxes again, are they? Oh, it's not an actual car, so he can't be served. Well, that's good business, isn't it? A good businessman will take the money from wherever. Even Al-Qaeda. If they were to offer me £10 million to do a show, I'd be doing a show. Mark Waite, who suffers from lupus, and that's a very painful disease, lupus, isn't it? Very, very painful, I think. And osteoporosis, decided to visit McDonald's in Gosport, Hampshire, to try the new triple cheeseburger after struggling to sleep. Yeah, that's being advertised a lot. This new triple cheeseburger, they think, you know, let's all lose some weight. But oh, go on, have a triple cheeseburger while you're waiting to lose the weight. It's 50. Who uses a roadworthy Class 3 mobility scooter, which is registered to the DVLA and assumed he'll be served from the fast food giant's drive-through windows. Mark, who previously worked in a factory, was left baffled when staff at the branch told him they could not sell to anyone on a mobility scooter, despite it being McDonald's policy to serve them. Mark, who's been using a mobility scooter for the past 5 years, was having a hard time sleeping, so I went down to the docks. I thought I'd get some food on the way back. There was a car in front of me, and I let them do their thing. There wasn't a car behind him. It registered on the sensor that I was a vehicle, but I was then told they don't serve mobility scooters. That's outrageous, isn't it? According to its own website, McDonald's states drive-through lanes are custom-built for motor cars, vans, trucks and roadworthy mobility scooters, which he had. They've now apologised for the blunder and said staff at the restaurant didn't recognise a scooter was valid for service. We'd like to apologise to the customer in question. Well, is that his apology? Did they give him a free meal? I would have given him a free meal or something, wouldn't you? If you're blooming, I don't see the problem, you know. It's a safety thing, I suppose, isn't it? They don't want you among all those great big cars and vans and things like that, I suppose. But are people rowing on here again? Is there any chance that you could just be a little bit civil towards each other? Don't start blaming and screaming and shouting at each other. You know, the amount of people that used to scream on here would be moderators. Can you just imagine if there were like 10 moderators and you all rowing on here? Can we not have that on here, please? Is that possible? Can you take your rows into private messages or something like that rather than in front of everyone? Because quite frankly, it's pathetic. I don't care who you are. Rowing, shouting at each other on the chat box. Is that what this is for? And you wonder why I don't look at that so much. Don't you? And I don't care who you are. Rowing in front of the chat box, and you take up space for decent messages to come through that we can actually include in the show, rather than rowing and moaning. Or if you don't like it, just go. You won't be missed. No one will miss you. The show will carry on. If I sit here talking to myself for hours on end, I'm quite happy to do that. So please, will you stop the moaning? Whoever you are, I'm not interested. Whichever side you're on, I'm not interested in the slightest. Stop rowing on here. Because it's not fair to everyone else who wants to just sit here and have a little bit of a laugh in the morning, right? You slinging blooming mud at each other. Now, where else are we? Is it worth buying a Dashcam? Anyone got one? Who's got a Dashcam? Have you got a Dashcam? It's always watching. Always watching. I had one once, but it wasn't like very put in very well. The kind of wires hanging around the place. You can imagine what my DIY is like. It's wire hanging down there. Oh, now and again I have to push it back while I was drinking. Not good. You can have them put in. Toyota will put in dash cams, but they are expensive in Toyota. You can get a dash cam off Amazon for like 10 quid. Plug it in the car, cigarette lighter. little socket thing. You know? The popularity, this is in the Daily Mail, I beg your pardon. The popularity of dashcams has skyrocketed in recent years, with motorists using the device to protect themselves on the road, deter thieves and capture unusual behaviour. Their increased use has had a positive impact for drivers who has faced insurance claims disputes, according to a study. A poll of motorists has found that a third who use dash cams in their cars, here's the thing, or cameras attached to their motorcycle helmets, have successfully proved they were not at fault for an incident on the road by submitting footage to their insurer. Now, I must get one of these. You can get front and back, can't you? Actually, I have one at the front and one at the back. Some of them have got two cameras on the front. I don't know what the purpose of that is. Ah, maybe to get... Yeah, you'd get the sides as well, wouldn't you? Because you could be hit on the side, couldn't you, I suppose? It's estimated that around 3 million drivers in the UK now own a dashcam or videoing device that can be attached to a bike helmet. Comparison site Money Expert surveyed more than 2,000 licence holders and found that 33% used clips captured on these cameras when making an insurance claim and proved they were not in the wrong. The majority of users said they had bought one of the devices to catch road traffic collisions on film. 1 in 5 people said that installing a dashcam made them a better driver. Oh, I must get one for my sister. I must surround her car with dashcams. She shouts and screams, I'm a better driver than you. Actually, Gary, have you thought of getting Stacey? Well, she's a bit fast, that's all I'm saying. Almost half of these people said having a dashcam made them more alert, while over 40% said it was a confidence booster for when they are behind the wheel. Either way, dashcams appear to be catching on and catching us in the act. Now, what do Toyota charge? Toyota, they are very expensive. Fitted dashcam price. As I say, I'm pretty sure you can buy a dashcam off the Amazon for like 10, 20 quid, right? They've even got, I mean, even the posh ones are now 30, 40 quid. Dash cams fitted, Toyota, 250 quid. That's dear, isn't it? There's another one here. Blimey, what's this? 2-channel ultimate package. My God. What is that? Hang on. The world's first 4K Ultra HD cloud-connected dashboard camera takes video fidelity to a whole new performance level. A match. £1,029.85. Why have they got the 85 pence on the end? But I suppose it just depends what you want on the old dash cams. Has anyone got dash cams there? Anyone got dash cams there at all? Who's got a dash cam? Where's the popcorn? It's always a crash for cash scams. It would stop that, wouldn't it? There you go, Jeff. Dash cams can reduce your insurance premiums, which is excellent. He's got one in the front and rear. I think they're excellent things. John Paris, my dash cam is a Sherry model. She just keeps her eyes open and takes notes, doesn't she? I think. Maybe I think so, yeah. What else have we got here? So that's dash cams. I would like one of those, actually. Dad cycling. This is a nice story. In the metro. Dad of 2 has set a cycling challenge of 200 miles from Glasgow to Manchester. Now, that in itself would be an achievement, wouldn't it? My mate now cycles regularly 50, 60 miles a day. Not every day, but he goes out. He had the diabetes And he decided he didn't want to have injections and all that, so he dieted and exercised his way out of it. You can't do that with all diabetes. There's a certain type. I don't know which one. I'm not a doctor or anything like that. But one of the diabetes you can, if you're lucky, exercise and diet your way out of it, which is and my mate's managed to do that. He's built up to doing 50, 60 mile a day, or every other day, whatever he does. How fantastic is that? Well, this bloke's going to do 200 miles. If that's not good enough, he's going to do it on his daughter's tiny pink bike. It's the sort of thing that Mark Bowles would be driving around on, I think. A little pink bike. Is that right, Mark? This bloke's 37, same age as Mark. Pedalled for over 32 hours on the £20 bike, which is just 12-inch wheels. He had wanted to raise funds for various charities and hospitals which were close to his heart after he lost his granddad to cancer last year. He originally planned to cycle 1,250 miles from Russia to his home near Manchester, Lancashire, but had to cancel due to the pandemic. Instead, he decided to cycle from Glasgow to Manchester while riding a comically small bike his two young daughters had used. After a gruelling cycle, which included a 6-hour stretch and 8 busted tyres, he managed to drag the 12-inch wheels to home on Monday night. Oh, God. I mean, it looks a bit dangerous to me. Bit like that pub. I don't know if he'd get served in McDonald's. 200 miles. Look at that little bike. Did you have one of these, Heidi? Or Rachel? I bet you girls had one of those, didn't you? Oh, it's pink. Wow, that's really offensive. Why should a girl have a pink bike? Why should boys have balls and blueness? Oh, we should be able to choose our gender. Oh. I think that's fantastic. I barely made it. I felt like I was in Formula One. I had to change my tyres 8 times. I felt like I was going to die during certain stretches. Oh, it must hurt your knees, that, surely. Riding a tiny bike like that, that's got to hurt your knees, isn't it? You just keep banging them on against the handlebars, wouldn't you? Look. 200 miles he cycled like that. I used to get on, is it great niece Evie or great nephew's Harry bike once. They hated it when I got on it. And it didn't break. Amazing that, isn't it, with my weight? Good luck to him. Raising money for charity, was he, or something? I'm sure he probably was. Let's have a look. Tiny pink bike. Here you go. He wanted to raise funds for various charities and hospitals which were close to his heart after he's lost his granddad to cancer last year. Good on him there. Good on him. Absolutely fantastic there, isn't it? Heidi, I would never have a pink bike. Was a right tomboy. Recall we had a grifter. What's a grifter? I don't know that. Then a chopper. I know a chopper. With the gears in the middle. Oh, they were good, weren't they? The ones with the gears in the middle. Choppers, yes. Choppers! I want a chopper. I want a chopper. I want Mark's chip. It doesn't matter. How are we doing? There's only 2 more stories, and we're doing all right with time today, aren't we? Let me see if my email's coming about that UPS. No, it hasn't. Oh, I'm so excited. I want to see what new gadget I can buy. How you feeling about your weight? You all right? Now, don't get me wrong, okay? If you are 40 stone and happy, fine, that's great. I'm happy for you. Very happy for you. I wouldn't be. I'm about 2 stone overweight, and I'm really unhappy about it. Am I doing anything about it at the moment? I kind of start, and then I just have that bag of crisps. I'm a bit like that at the moment, you know? But there are some fat fighting courses up for grabs, free of charge, according to The Sun. More than 100,000 free NHS fat fighting classes are up for grabs. Overweight British people can now self-refer themselves onto the slimming scheme. The taxpayer-funded £435 a head programmes can either be done on person or online. Now, you could be saying that, oh, you know, why are these fat people getting that money for nothing from our NHS? Well, because the fact is, if loads of people could lose weight, it will be less money on the NHS to pay out £435 for someone to lose some weight, rather than the tens of thousands of pounds it costs for them to do an open heart surgery or something like that to unblock arteries because you're too fat. You know, that's why. That's why. As I say, if you're overweight and you're all right with that, that's fine. It's okay. I'm happy for you. Personally speaking, for myself, I'm 2 stone over. I'm not happy. Not happy. Not happy. It says in The Sun they offer diet and lifestyle advice alongside free cookery lessons and exercise sessions. Those who opt in for digital classes are also given NHS-funded Fitbits. That's the little watch. You don't need that. You don't really need to know how many steps you do. Well, I mean, I do my steps, but it's all on the phone and a lovely watch that Chris gave me. Although I must admit, I just use it for the time, really, rather than counting steps and things like that. But you don't really need these things. If you've never walked before and you build up to an hour walking, why do you need to know that that hour has done X number of steps? You don't need. Just go out and walk for an hour. Then you know you've done it. Don't need to know numbers and things like that all the time. Previously overweight patients needed to be referred to their GP, by their GP, but many have missed out for fear of catching the virus. Now those worried about their waistlines, hello, me, can use an online tool which asks about their age, weight and ethnicity before calculating their risk of diabetes. If their score comes back as moderate or high, they can refer themselves to a local Healthier You programme. Now, I looked on my doctor's site. I mean, some of you are on internet doctor's thing, whatever that's called. What's it called for me? It's called patient access. And you sign into this thing and you can order prescriptions, make appointments, have a look at your... Don't look at your record. It's not a good idea. So unfortunately, I don't think that's a good thing to be able to know what perhaps you didn't know about yourself. Because I found something out I didn't know. I thought, I don't want to know that. I would recommend you do not look at your personal medical records, really. Really don't do that, right? But you can do all these sorts of things on patient access. And I had a look for this yesterday, and I couldn't find any mention at all of it anywhere. So I don't know how you find this free fat fighting thing. Of course, you've got to want to do it. You've got to want to do it. And I found when I was going to Slimming World, which is about two or 3 years ago now, isn't it? As long as that, and that was very good. It was very good as long as you stuck to the plan. You know, there were people there who'd sign up and quite happily pay their, I don't know what it was, £4.95 a week or whatever it was. I can't remember now. They'd pay that over, and week in, week out, their weight would just go up because they weren't doing it. They would come into the class, sitting there, listening to everything, taking it all in, and then they'd come back next week and put weight on again because they weren't actually doing the plan. Like those blokes that sign up to gyms, don't they, boys? Oh, I've started the gym, then they go for 2 weeks and then don't go again. Waste of time. So you've got to want to do it. Interesting. Blah, blah, blah. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. One more. 2 stone. You're having a laugh, Chris. No, I'm not. I am 2 stone overweight, Andy. I am. Don't look it when I'm sitting here, I know. But if I, in particular, you notice it, if, for example, at the caravan, I've got a mirror in front of my bedroom. And if I sit on the end of the bed, you know, when I'm taking my clothes off, ready to go in bed, and then I take that T-shirt off, well, I look like blooming Jabba the Hutt sitting there. Or Buddha. Perhaps I should change religions. Buddha. Buddha is sitting there in my caravan. I didn't let anyone in. Fortunately, you know, sometimes I'm looking at myself in the mirror like that and the electricity goes off, then I'm saved from the perils of hating myself even more than I do. One of those things. Just over 11 stone. Rachel, she'd like to be 10. What was I the other day? I'd lost a couple of pounds. That's the swimming last week. I was able to go swimming 5 times in the last week. Yeah, but that's stopped now. They've closed the pool now until summer again. The walking doesn't seem to do it, to be honest. Was it Rachel or Heidi then? Rachel. The walking doesn't seem to do it. I'm sure the walking's possibly keeping a bit off, but you don't lose like you do or get down like you do. Perhaps it's because I haven't been swimming for 6 months and then I went 5 times and it came down 2 pounds. I think I'm 12 stone 10 at the moment, I think. Or is it 13.10? Oh, do you know, I can't remember now. What was I last? What did I get to last time? 11, 12, 13. Yeah, I think I'm about 12 stone 10 at the moment. Yeah, I'd like to be 11 stone. And you'd like to be 10. I'm not very tall either. That makes a difference, doesn't it? Heidi, I'm a fatty, curvy woman. People are too quick to judge. If you're fat, they think you're lazy, knowing nothing about you and your medical history. Far from it, always out hiking, gardening. Don't judge a book by its cover. There you go. Heidi does all the walking. So do I. And it just, it doesn't do it for me, I'm afraid, the walking. But I like walking. I love it. Just walking along by that river, picking up dirty people's rubbish. Heidi, I'm not there today. Could you pop along? Heidi, have you got... Bro, you could go and do it with Jeff. Have you got a couple of carrier bags? You could go. Can you go and walk that little route along to Tattersall Bridge and back for me? Pick up the rubbish while I'm not there. Thanks ever so much. Really appreciate that, yeah? Someone's got to do it. Steve's 18 stone. Let's see, he's 6.5 foot. Ex-rugby player. Is Steve Carter? Well, you didn't tell me that earlier, Steve. I'm interested now. I used to play rugby at school. Fullback I was. Those boys didn't want to come near me for some reason. I don't know why. They couldn't get past me. Oh, go on, Heidi. Well, I'll tell you what. Just do half of it. Do half of it. Can you do the half? From Caravan, if you go round, don't take the road route rather than up past the pub on that little path. Because they drop rubbish on that road as well. Past that house that's for sale, Mandy. Do you know that house that's for sale? Next to the council estate. 135 grand, that's all that is. It's cheap, isn't it? But he is covered in... I don't know if you've noticed that house, Heidi. Do you know the one I mean? There's a house for that. If you come out of the caravan site, turn right, go over the bridge to the pub, sharp left, where the road goes left, and then just along there, between there and the bit where you go sharp right to go up, there's a house for sale. 135 grand. He's had that up there for months. The only thing is, I did observe a little while ago, he had scaffolding up the side of his house. I don't know what that was happening there. And he's also surrounded the house with cameras. So you kind of wonder what's going on there, really, you know. I did think about it. Daniel says walking is good exercise. Yeah, it is, but I don't think it really loses weight. It does raise your heart rate if you go at speed. Yeah, Heidi. My resting heart rate, I did that last night, was 49 beats per minute. Is that good? 49. 49 beats a minute it was last night. One more story, and we'll do today's raffle tickets. TripAdvisor. Does anyone go on that? My mate does that, TripAdvisor. He's always going somewhere and making some sort of comment. I've got to be honest, sometimes I see these comments, and certainly in Central Station, people have put comments on there before. And no, you're going to think, no, it's not like that at all there. People don't get what they want, and then they start writing vile comments. People are so quick now to just pick up the Twitter and make some sort of comment, aren't they, without actually, because they didn't get what they wanted, or they're a bit, what's the word? I can't think of the word now. Bit vindictive. People can be very vindictive, especially on Twitter and places like that, where they think they can't have a comeback. They can say and write what they want and have no comeback, can't they? Well, in the Daily Mail, American has been sued by an island resort in Thailand over a negative TripAdvisor review, authorities said Saturday, and could face up to 2 years in prison if found guilty. It's about time people started thinking before they started writing stuff, because it's not fair. It's not fair on a lot of these businesses. Just because you couldn't get what you wanted, you write it a bad review. If it's an honest review, that's a different thing altogether. Like I've mentioned so many times, if I've gone to a restaurant or something and not got enough chips, I say, well, the food was all right, but it took an hour to come and there were hardly any chips. That's a fair comment. But you could dress that up, you see. The staff were rude and obnoxious. I waited ages and ages. I kept going up to the till, and then the chips arrived and they weren't cooked properly and they were horrible. You see, you could dress it up if you wanted to. And that's what people are doing. They're not giving you the truth. They're dressing up to make it look a lot worse than what it is. And these people need to be taken into account. Domestic tourism is still happening in Thailand, which I didn't know, where coronavirus numbers are relatively low. A recent visit to the Seaview Resort on the island landed Wesley Barnes in trouble after he wrote an unflattering online review about his holiday. The Seaview Resort owner, which looks absolutely delightful, I must say, said the defendant had posted unfair reviews on his hotel on the TripAdvisor website. He said Barnes was accused of causing damage to the reputation of the hotel and quarrelling with staff over not paying a corkage fee for alcohol brought to the hotel. That's the rules, mate. He's already coming across as one of those people who I will do what I want when I want, doesn't he? According to documents shared online by a British expat traveller blogger in Thailand, one review by Barnes in July said he encountered unfriendly staff who act like they don't want anyone here. Well, I must admit, I've never been to a hotel where staff had been as bad as that. I've been to hotels where they're kind of just doing their job, so to speak. But generally, I have found, personally, in all the hotels I've ever stayed in, people couldn't bend over backwards to make you happy. There was a particular one in Cyprus. Really good there. The little hotel in Cyprus, that would have been March last year I stayed, when I was visiting my niece. And there was one particular... Two incidents. One where my legs were bitten to smithereens by these blooming mosquitoes. I didn't have anything to put on. It was 11 o'clock one night and I rang down. And he said, well, I haven't got any cream. He said, if you come down to reception, I'll give you a glass of white vinegar and some cotton wool. Dab that on and that will help. Right, that's one incident. And the other incident there was they had this beautiful breakfast in the morning, all included in the price of the hotel. I can't remember the price of the hotel now, the name of it. But it was in Limassol. And I wanted to take my niece and her husband, my nephew-in-law, I suppose, for breakfast. I said, well, come round, because they were picking me up every morning. I said, well, come a bit earlier. I'll buy you breakfast. And I went to the bloke at night. I said, I'd like to bring my niece and husband. They're on the RAF base there. Could I bring them for breakfast? And do I just pay at the front desk? He said, that's right. He said, just bring them in. No need to book anything. He said, just come to the front desk. Yeah, just pay there and bring them in. Fine, great. Okay. So I rang up my niece and I said, yeah, just come along tomorrow about 10 o'clock in the morning. I'll shout your breakfast, all included. Obviously, I haven't got to pay for myself. It's all included. Beautiful breakfast every day. Toast, baked beans, marmalade, egg, sausages. It's all there. Cereals, cakes. Beautiful breakfast in this hotel. Wasn't a big hotel, a little boutique hotel. Not massive, but nice, clean. I think it'd just been painted by the look of it. Very comfortable, very comfortable. Nice soft bed. Anyway, so they turned up the next morning. I went to the desk. Hello. I think it was the manager of the hotel that was there in the morning. Hello, can I just I'd like to pay for my niece and that's her husband over there. They're staying on RAF live on there at the moment. I'd like to buy them breakfast this morning. He said, okay. He said, where are they? I said, just over there. And so he looks over. He said, okay, take them in on the house. Yeah, you know. And generally, I've found hotel staff are like that. If you go to the really posh hotels in London where we have afternoon tea, I'm telling you, there's nothing that you need to do. They bend over backwards to assist you in whatever you want. Anything. There was a program on the telly. What's the name of that hotel now that we had? The really posh one. Can't think. I think it begins with C in London. Why can't I remember that now? We had afternoon tea there. Anyway, the bloke who's the bloke on the desk, he would get to know his clients. Very, very expensive hotel. Very expensive. Top hotel in London, put it that way. Okay, we had afternoon tea there. And he would get to know his clients. He was a French bloke. And they would come and on this particular programme, I wish I could remember what it was called now. This customer came in. Oh, hello, how are you? Are you here to look at watches again? Because this bloke used to come over to buy watches. He collected watches. Tens of thousands of pounds, these watches. But, you know, if you've got the money, you want to collect things, fine, do it. Whatever. And he said, are you here for another watch viewing or whatever? And bloke says, yes, all right. He said, I hope you don't mind. I've taken the liberty to have a look around some of the shops for you. Right? And he came over with his iPad and the bloke sat down at a table with him. He said, yeah, I found all these that you might or might not be interested. Now, I don't know if he was getting a backhander off the shop or whatever. Doesn't matter. That's what you call his service. He knew the customer. The customers walked in and said, look, I've done all this for you. Probably got a good tip from the customer as well. That's what it's all about, isn't it? But if you get an unhelpful member of staff, then yeah, post about it. But don't start blowing it up more than what it was. It says in this bloke's thing of this bloke's review of this place in Thailand, unfriendly staff, no one ever smiles. They act like they don't want anyone there. The restaurant manager was the worst. There are other hotels with better friendly staff. At least one review was posted in June on TripAdvisor accusing the hotel of modern-day slavery, which the site removed after a week for violating its guidelines. Do Not Sleep Here, a review said, don't support modern-day slavery of Thai people. The staff are unfriendly because of their management, part of the review read. Barnes, who works in Thailand, was arrested by immigration police and returned to Koh Chang, where he was briefly detained and freed on bail. The Seaview Resort said legal action was only taken because Barnes had penned multiple reviews on different sites over the past few weeks. You see, he's got a bee in his bonnet, hasn't he? We chose to file the complaint to serve as a deterrent, as we understand he may continue to write negative reviews week after week for the foreseeable future, the hotel said, adding that staff had attempted to contact Barnes before filing the complaint. So there we go. You know, you want to be a bit careful what you write sometimes. It's not like say what I want when I want. What about other people there? So there we are. Heidi stayed at the Mayfair once. Oh, I haven't been there yet, Heidi. Chris, a couple of years back for a few days. Wow, just wow. Amazing service. Claridge's. Claridge's was a hotel I was trying to remember earlier. Claridge's. Okay. She says the Mayfair once, Chris, a couple of years back for a few days. Wow, just wow. Amazing service. Outstanding. Felt like a queen. And that's why you go to these places, Heidi. Yes, you do pay for it. Yes, you do. But you want to be treated like a queen or a princess or a king or a prince, then you go. You want to do it and you haven't got that much money, then save up your money and go for an afternoon tea at Claridge's, the Mandarin Oriental, somewhere like that. For 2-3 hours, you will be absolutely treated like a queen. You want that? Go there and have that. My sister don't quite get it. My sister, I don't think she really gets it. I wouldn't pay 60, 70, 80 quid for a plate of sandwiches. That is not what you're paying for, darling. I mean, they're very nice. It's all fresh. There's no stale bread at all. It's just nice. It's nice. Nice to do it. Anyone got a mum or someone like that, or your missus? I mean, Mark Bowles, perhaps you could take Tina out to Claridge's for an afternoon tea. Something like that. You won't be able to wear your grey tracksuit bottoms, unfortunately, there, my love. But we went to Claridge's. What was that last year that was? Oh, gosh, you know. I can't tell you how fantastic it is. He drove in because he's got a disabled badge thing. Was he in wheelchair? Did he have wheelchair? I think we had the wheelchair as well, yes. So I pushed him there. Pushed him to the front door. And your experience doesn't start when you're sitting at the table. It starts when you're in that front door. We stopped at the door. Doorman looks at us straight away. Good afternoon, boys. Or sirs. Sirs, hello, we've come for afternoon tea. Okay, sir, let me take the wheelchair for you. Opens the door, pushes my mate in to the maitre d', French lady standing there. Beautiful. Oh, the clothes and just the chandelier, the flowers, it's all there, Heidi. You've done this, so you know now. And I said, hello, we're a little bit early, about half an hour early. Okay, did you want to go through now? Or would you like to go in a bar? I can see if your table's ready. It was like 2:30, we were there at 2 o'clock. That's all right, we're going to the bar. So we went in a bar. And she pushed nothing for me to do, nothing. Okay. Someone comes over, yes, sir, what would you like? I'll have a Coke, please. And he had, I don't know, vodka and Coke or something like that. Expensive, but that's what you're paying for. That's why you're there. I said, oh, it's really expensive. I'm not going there. Well, no one's kicking you, dragging and screaming into the place, is it? You choose to go to these places. We chose to go. And, just everything. And 2:30 in came the maitre d'. Your table's ready now. When you're ready, take your time. When you're ready, come through. None of this, your table's ready. Get in there now. Nope, nothing like that. We went in and table and just waiter. Go, hello, boys, and all this. Chat. You just love it. I love it. Love it. And then halfway through, he wanted to go and have a wee. He'd got in a chair now, and he's taking the chair away. So, excuse me. Well, actually, you don't need to say, you just look over and they come. They just know that you want to. Yes, sir. Could you get the wheelchair? I just want to take my friend to the toilet. Yes, okay. Maitre d' goes, gets it, brings it back. So I've got up. No, it's okay. Sit down there. We'll do this for you. All right, okay. You're all right with that, Ron? Yeah, that's fine, yeah. Takes him to the toilet. I haven't got to lift a finger. Bloke playing the piano in the corner. Oh, it's just amazing. It really is, you know. And I suppose there's people that do this all the time. You know, every week they go out to afternoon tea and that. You've got to save a little bit of money if you want to do that, you know. I'm very, very lucky to have done these things, really, when I think about it. Sometimes I've noticed this as I've got older, and I can be sitting downstairs sometimes and I just smile to myself with all these memories. Anyone else do that? Because obviously I'm sitting here on my own, but that's not too much of a problem, really. I just sit there and all these different memories come flooding back, you know. Afternoon teas, I don't know, trips out to the theatre, boys, you know, whatever from younger days and things like that. These memories come flooding back to it. Even recent memories, you know, nights out, days out with the children, with the great nieces and great nephews and things like that. My sister's wedding. I just sit there and I'm like, smiling like that because I've got these memories in my head. Blooming wonderful. It does. It feels like being a superstar, Rachel. It really does. When are we going, Chris? Says Mark. Have you got? I haven't seen a picture of you in a decent outfit yet. Have you got some sort of suit or something, Mark? Jacket and trousers, please. I won't be staying on you very long. You like reminiscing, do you, Mark? You get more and more as it gets older. John Parrish, there you go. John does it as well. Do you do that, John? I'm like that, you know. I'm like, I might be watching the telly, and it takes a really good programme to keep my attention, unfortunately. I'm on. Half the problem is these blasted things that keep demanding my attention. That's why I took blooming Messenger off. Bleep, bleep, and lights coming on and flashing every 5 minutes. And you're like this in your chair, ain't you, John? Maybe Sherry's out somewhere doing something, and you're just on your own, and you're like, that. And you know, when it comes back, this has only recently just started happening, maybe 6 months or so. Really, these memories coming now. Jason Hughes can only dream of going to Greg's every day. You do, though. You do go to Greg's every bleeding day, don't you? You want to do the Claridge's one? It's about 85 quid each. I'm telling you, it's worth every single penny. Sitting there and being treated like a king. Now, my mate, years ago, we're going back here 30 or 40 years now, Dave, he DJ'd with me at the Black Cap. David Rosen was his name. He was telling me and my mate went there once after being out all night long. Now, in those days, you could just walk into Claridge's any time and get your breakfast and what have you. And he walked in, and this bloke, they treat everyone the same, incidentally. They treat everyone the same. You all get the service. Don't matter what you look like, okay? Or it was the case then anyway. I don't know what it's like now. But him and his mate turned up there. Says, yes, sir, can I help you? Yeah, we've come for breakfast. Because they do breakfast. So I've not had a breakfast in one of these hotels yet. I'd like to experience that next as well. I have to get up early for that, wouldn't I? And they've turned up after being night all night. You know, these two oinks. Come for breakfast. Okay, sir, if you'd like to just go through there. I sat them down at a table. And then they're having this breakfast. And they said, everyone stand, please. They all had to get up. What's going on here? And everyone's standing up, and then someone walked in who was was like someone royal. Possibly, I think it was Japanese royalty walked in, and they all had to stand up like that. Everyone that was in the breakfast place. Mark Bowles, 40 Towers is my kind of hotel. There you go, Mark. That's it. I've got the date. A night in Claridge's followed by breakfast. How's that sound? Bye, Tina. Bye, love. Bye. Bring your little boy as well. He'd experience that, wouldn't he? Eh? We'll get a suite. There'll be our room and his little room, bless him. Bring your little boy. We'll dress him up for breakfast and all that. Bye, Tina. Bye. You can ring up your girlfriend afterwards if you want and tell her all about it while she's down at Greg's. With Jason, possibly. John Parrish, dreaming of the times you and I running through the fields on a sunny day, romping in the hay. Oh, dear. Look, we only want one more like. Christ, you're a bit slow on the likes today, aren't you? Poor old John Parrish. He spends ages putting these pictures together. You can't even be bothered to like for him. How rude. How rude. There we go, 20 likes. Christ, that was hard work. Thank you, Paul Adams. I've just got your email there, darling. Right, now, hang on a minute. That's the new email. Where's the old one now? Okay. Let's bring up those pictures that John Barrett has sent in. Here we go. Right. Look at that car. Above was in a museum in Denmark. One of the first caravans. Look at that. Isn't it tiny? Oh, Sherry, you and I would have a field day at the Vatican, darling. Church near the Vatican. Oh, so that's not the actual Vatican. Church near the Vatican. Now, you see that church there. There are a lot of churches in fact, if you go to Israel as well, there's a load of churches that are just like that. Just beautiful places. But look at that little caravan. Where can you go and have a poo? There's no poo place in that. What'd you do? Bit small, isn't it? Love that church. Thank you very much for sending that in, John. Thank you very much. He's got a massive garage. The car's nice as well. If you want to see a really nice old-fashioned car, right, watch the programme on Netflix called Ratched. Ratched. Okay? It's really good. It's really good and it can be quite funny. She's a bitch. This woman in there, she's a bitch. I love it. The outfits are great, but there's an old car in it. I think someone said it was an Anglia, a Ford Anglia, something with a long nose. Long nose and like that. The nose is like that. Not like that, it's like that. Beautiful. And the blue colour in it. If you don't want to watch the programme, don't matter, right? Just put it on, Ratched, it's called, and within the first 20 minutes of the programme, you will see that car. Boys, you would love to see that car, I'm telling you now, chaps. All right? Rachel loves looking at the artwork on the walls and ceilings. Yes, I've said so many times before, it's like with hymns and churches. You do not need to believe in anything to appreciate what you can see in a church and listen to the people singing. Nuns singing, not with guitars. Oh no, I can't bear it. Nuns with guitars, that does my head in, that does a mess. Can we have someone playing the organ, please? Why haven't they got instruments at other religions? Why is that? I don't think in the Jewish synagogues, no instruments, no organ, no orchestra, nothing. The Buddhists, what the Buddhists got? All they got is those little bells, haven't they? Ting, ting. Or is that someone else? Ting, 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 ting. Same note. Or is that Tibetan monks? Ting, 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 ting. It's the only instruments they've got. And in the mosques, no instruments, just the singing. Coming out of the speakers. Why hasn't they got instruments? A little xylophone would help. Anything. Ding, 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 ding. Catholic Church and Church of England. Great. To hide the noise of the old bag that keeps coughing in the corner. Every 5 minutes. And the child screaming its head off when it's having boiling hot water poured over its head. And we're going to have a hymn now. Praise my soul, the King of Heaven. Okay, the little child is being held over the font. The priest gets the holy water and starts pouring it on. That's my cue. Praise my soul, the King of Heaven. Da, da, da. Louder, louder. Da, da, da. That's why. To hide the noise of all the people that are shuffling their feet around with their hymn sheet. Like that, with their bits of paper. Shut up, we were listening to the music. Hare Krishna. Ding, 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 ding. We need instruments in all religious establishments as quickly as possible. All right. US prods have flute bands. Oh, yes, I think I've seen those. Flute Protestants, is it? Flute bands. I've seen little flute bands. Now, Protestants, that's Church of England, isn't it? Andy V wants some of our pills. Have you got a virus then? You can have some of them if you want. Oh, Gary, don't be nasty to our Pope, darling. I'll have to have a word. Francis is taking the mick, mate. This bloke in Northern Ireland. Eh? You're busy what? Oh, okay, he's having his breakfast. Weird City Lights, the Fighting Monks. Amazing. I don't know what that is. I've no idea what that is. Oh, dear. Alrighty. Let's do today's raffle ticket, shall we, gang? Who wants a raffle ticket? Speak now. This is for next week's raffle. Raffles every day. So thanks for your likes this morning. Bit slow, but there we go. Right, where's your raffle tickets? I haven't got a pen now. Where's my pen? Ah! Expensive pen today. Well, what's this? Is this a Parker? I know what this is. That is the Parker thing, isn't it, on there? Is that the Parker? Is this a Parker pen? Hang on. It's so old. The engravings come off it. Right. Where are we going to do these tickets? 1 second, darling. Let's go back down to the bottom. Where are we? First ticket there is Weird City Citizen. Thank you, sir. 399 for Weird City. 398 for Maureen. What have I done here? Michael Pullman, 400. Here we go. Tony King, 401. Fran Green, 402. Diane Jebb, 403. Rachel, 404. Jason Hughes, 405. And there's Jeff. Jeff, 406. Paul and Lou, 407. Colin K, 408. Colin won a prize last night. Prize on, and it will be in the post in about half an hour's time, all right? They're all waiting to go out there. 4094. Colin K. George Bond, 409. Heidi Young, 410. Mark Bowles, 411. Denise Andrews, 412. Ross Herndine, 413. Gary Ross, 2 tickets Ross, 414. Philip Hutchinson, 415. Morning, Philip. Hope our silent viewers are keeping very well this morning. It's not bad weather today. It's going to be a nice day today. I'm going for a mega walk today, I've decided. All the way down to the pond. That's like nearly 2-hour walk I'm going to do today, I've decided. Via the post office, of course. Just a moment. Where's John there? John went to Chipping last night. Asked for cod and chips twice, please. Guy says, all right, I heard you the first time. Very good, John. John, the Parker logo is a quill, a feather. That is a Parker, isn't it? Is it? Look. You see that? Is it? I don't know. Oh, a £2 tip this morning. Thank God for that. Thank you, Mark. Let me give you a couple of raffle tickets. Oh, by the way, the Super Chat raffle this week is for the clock. We've got a clock to give away this week. That's the Super Chat raffle. Anyone sends a £1 tip will get a free raffle ticket for that. Okay. So Mark's hoping to win the clock. All right, 2 tickets for you there, Mark. You don't need to know those numbers, okay? Because I will read out the names anyway. All right, in the little thing there. Can you see that jar behind there? You can just about see it, can't you? Thank you, Mark, for your tip this morning. Thank you, dear. Towards our Claridge's trip. Yes. I'm not sure that they would be able to go in there with your blue hair, my love. You'll have to have a decent haircut as well. Posh yourself up a bit, love. All right? John Aitken, 416. No, they don't do lager, no, dear. No, big glass of champagne, mate. No, you can't have a beer. Do they do lager? Do I look like Reggie Cray? I've been told I look like Boy George and the footballer. And one of the Doctor Who's. The footballer, Vinnie Jones. And the other one is... Who's the other one? Doctor Who, Christopher Eccleston. Do you know what I've had sometimes? You haven't seen it on the chat box. A private message sometimes, right? I've had Are you National Front? Right, why'd you say that then? Oh, because you look like one. That's like Heidi saying earlier, don't judge a book by how it looks. Apparently, the way I look means I look like I'm National Front. Or, what's that other ghastly racist thing? Oh, what was it now? Oh, yes, yeah. And they go, are you racist? Do you hate blacks? Well, where did that come from? Well, you look like one of them. That's the sort of idiots you're dealing with these days. They have assumed an opinion of you even before they've actually met you. Stupid people. And I do, when I get a message like that, I do answer it quite specifically. No, if you knew how many... And that's all I'm saying. Okay, I won't go any further with that. No, if you knew how many I've been with, that's all I'm saying. They soon shut up then. Idiots. Where were we now? Gary Ross. I've read out your number, Gary. Oh, pay attention, Gary. 414. 414. Who's not paying attention? Anyone else? Let's just double check this. Yvonne is on that number. I can't get through. Is she at the doctor's this morning? Lovely Yvonne. Bless her heart, darling. There was something I thought about last night and I thought, I should have said that earlier. What was it now? Can't remember what it was now. She's got her own direct line to the doctors now, Yvonne. Bless her heart, isn't she? She's such a lovely, sweet lady, Yvonne. She really is a sweet lady. Weathered City there. Sprinter Van. Thank you, Sprinter Van. I look similar to Vinnie Jones. EDL, that's it, Heidi. EDL. Now, what's that? English Defence League, isn't it? Apparently, I look like one of the English Defence Leagues. Why is that? Because I've got a short haircut and I'm white. Blooming idiots. Stupid people. Lefties, dear. Lefties. One man and his Sprinter Van. Thank you, 417. Now, was it your birthday yesterday, Terry Turner, who's just sent in a super chat? Thank you, Terry. He's trying to win the clock, aren't you, love? Sprinter Van, 417 for you. Let me give you a raffle ticket, Terry. 418 for the fridge magnet next week. These are the raffle tickets we're doing. Also, I'll give you 10 raffle tickets, free raffle tickets for that tip. Thank you, Terry. Was it your birthday yesterday? I got this message. First of all, I got a message on here from Joey Millen. It's Terry's birthday. I'm like, Terry who? Which Terry? Yeah, because we have a lot of different people. It's just... And he wouldn't say, right? And then after the show had finished, he then sends an email saying, oh, it's Terry Turner's birthday. Well, I didn't know that. Didn't come up on my Facebook thing. Usually I come up on the Facebook thing, but it didn't. So I don't know why that was, Terry. But was it your birthday yesterday? Because we don't know. Hang on. There you go, Terry. Terry's one of our silent viewers now as well, aren't you? Or perhaps you're not a silent viewer. I may have just not noticed the messages, darling. There we are. 10 raffle tickets for you. You don't need the numbers on these ones, darling, all right? Okay, 10 raffle tickets with your name on the back there. For the fridge magnet raffle, you do need the number 418 because we only read the number there. Okay, 418 there. So let me just put these in the little ticket retention unit behind me there. Who's going to win the clock on Thursday? That is the question. I shall now bring the clock closer into view so you can see it. All right. Perhaps I should have mentioned this at the beginning. I forget things a lot. There you go. These are our lockdown clocks. As you can see, it is ticking away, although I cannot afford to include the battery, I'm afraid. No, you're not allowed to send batteries for the post. There you go. All right. There you go. It's got my little light in the middle. There's the light. There we go. Look at that. Ticking away. There you go. I hope this will be used in your radio studio. Actually, Terry, you could probably take out the movement and put one of the radio. You can get movements. Did you know that? Radio-controlled movements from eBay. About £6. Something like that. All right? So that's the Super Chatter prize next week. Do I look like Frank Bruno? I liked Frank Bruno. I liked him. Weird City has sent a £5 in as well, have you? Thank you very much, Weird City. Gosh, pouring through this morning now, isn't it? Blimey. Didn't expect this morning. It's a nice little bonus. It means I'll be able to buy a packet of crisps later. Thank you. Funnily enough, I've just spent a lot of money on new prizes. They're not really new prizes as in we haven't had them before, but I've got some new pens coming because we're running out of pens. These are the pens. You can't buy these. These are only for winners, yeah? So I've got blue at the moment. We're going on to red. Red pens will be the next one. So they're on the way. And also... I haven't got any left. Playing cards. I've just ordered some more playing cards because people like those. So they're on the way at the moment. But when you order pens, well, it's like £50. Do you know what I mean? And the playing cards, I think, they were about 40. So I spent £90 this week, on stuff. It does cost quite a lot, but yeah, it's all right. Weird City, £5. Thank you, sir. 5 tickets for you. 300 to 304 for you. Weird City. I could just put Weird C. That would be you, wouldn't it? Weird C. Weird C. Weird C. And Weird C. Look, we're over an hour late now for the bingo. Who cares? No one cares, do they? That's it. 300 to 304, okay? Put those in there for you. Thank you very much for that. Heidi Young, it's the Union Jack. What kind of image are you putting out there? Get your hair shaved off. It's even worse than it like that. Is it the Union Jack? Hang on, I've just dropped one there. Oh, no, I haven't. There it is. It's in there. Worry not. You go to America. They got the American flag flying everywhere, haven't they? Can't do it here. Can't do it here. Oh, it's really a racist flag. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's only racist if you look at it like that. Make me sick, these people. Oh, who was that? What was that the other day? That little Welsh brat, Owen bloke. Owen Jones. Owen Jones. Did you see what he texted the other day about that poor policeman who was shot? I'll see if I can find it. Oh, I can't find it now. Hang on a minute. Owen Jones, is that in there? I can't find it now. But he just... He wrote something about the policeman, and it was awful. I'm like, how dare you? He's a mouthy little kid, isn't it? Is he Welsh? I don't know where he's from. Actually, I'm just assuming he's Welsh because he's got the word Jones. What a shame. I used to fancy him. Well, you could have had a Labour vote. Mucked it up now, mate. It was his 35th birthday yesterday, Terry, was it? Well, no one knew, darling. It didn't come up on my Facebook list. Perhaps you haven't got your birthday set on there, have you? On your Facebook list there. Anyway, happy birthday for yesterday, Terry. Okay, Mick Davenport. Ticket number 419 for Mick Davenport. Is that everyone? Have we done everyone now? Let's just scroll a little bit there. Scrolling. Yeah, he's not popular. That Owen Jones. Have you seen him on interviews when he can't get his own way? He walks off. He walks off. Right. Okie doke. Let's do... What colour's the ink? What, in which pen? There. Right, come on, gang. Let's do today's birthdays. Where are we now? Today's birthdays. I haven't missed anything out there, have I? No. Today's birthdays, gang. Happy birthday on this Monday, the 28th of September 2022. Brian Rushworth. Good morning, Brian. Happy birthday to you. Mandy Waits. Morning, Mandy. Lovely Mandy. She's here on Sunday nights usually for the bingo, so happy birthday to you, Mandy. Mark Layden. Hello, Mark. Nice to see you up here. It's been a few years now, isn't it? 31 years old today. It's a good time in the 30s. Actually, my best time was 30s to mid-40s, 32 to sort of 47. That's where I was having the best time of my life. Not when I was younger, certainly not, no. Well, I was going out almost every night, doing bad things to myself. Happy birthday, Mark. Danny King, good morning, Danny. Happy birthday to you. Ross Kermahan, I think it's Kermahan. Is it, Ross? I hope I got that right for you there. Happy birthday. Josh Hurley, Bella Berserk, it says here. Happy birthday. John Atkinson is 53 years old. That's not John Atkins who's here. John Atkinson is 53 years old. And Colm. Colm, who I worked with, didn't I? Colm. No, I didn't. Oh, it's not you. Sorry, I thought it was another Colm. Beg your pardon. Colm, a big happy birthday to you. So to each and every one of you on this Monday, and Terry Turner for yesterday, happy birthday! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Twice, coronavirus. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. All right. Okie doke, gang. I think it's almost time for our daily game of bingo. Once again, gang, if you've suddenly realised you haven't got your bingo tickets, it means you probably won at some point and didn't claim, which means you just fall off the system. It's not a problem if that happens. If you suddenly realise that's happened, then all you've got to do is just send me an email there, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Please re-add me to the bingo, whether it's the weekday list you're talking about or the Sunday list. Two completely separate lists. So you might still be getting them for the Sunday, but not the weekday, or vice versa. Or maybe if you're getting no bingo tickets at all and you used to get them, then you may have won someone won one of the big prizes the other week. I won't tell you who. No, that would be unfair. I won't tell you who it was who won, but this person won and wasn't there. So he didn't get his, I say big prize. There's nothing here that's worth more than sort of 10 or 15 quid, you know. That's how it is. All right. Lots of people wishing, what colour's the ink? I've done that. The ink on the new pens, I believe, is blue. The ink on the new pens, I'm sure, is blue. It was Yvonne. She kept going on the other week about what colour of the ink on the pen for some reason. I don't know why she was. She kept going. She was desperate to know the colour, so I didn't answer. Life begins at 50, says Fran. Yeah, it does, really. I mean, I'm quite all right now. I think I had a rough time when you go out of the what would you say? Certainly in the world of gayness, so to speak. When you go out of the fanciable age, is that a term? Is it? Okay, you know when you used to be able to chat something. No, I was very bad at that, chatting people up actually. But when people might come and talk to you, and that suddenly stops, and that's horrible. That's really horrible. And it took me a while to get used to that. Quite a long time. I went deep depression. Why isn't anyone fancying me anymore? That's just how it is. And then you come through it, and it's actually better afterwards, funnily enough. Because now I could go out and, well, I haven't got to worry if I've pulled or not. Don't bother me. Couldn't care less. Go out, chat with a few people, and then come. Well, I don't really go out really much. I don't want to sit in a bar all night long. Christ, I can't think of anything worse, really. Jason says life starts at 40. I'm 6 years late. Is that all you are? 46, Jason? You look so much older. Is that funny, isn't it, Jason? Perhaps that's all the Gregs, darling. Eh? You should rush out quickly, my darling. Rush out quickly. Eh? Might be closed. What are you going to do if you get to Greg's? I don't know what. You must have lost so much weight when they were all closed, did you, my love? Huh? No, you didn't know, did you? Because you ordered them from Iceland. Or is it B-Jams? No, B-Jams. It's Iceland now, isn't it? It's Iceland. Iceland. Are you 50 next year, Rachel? That's all right, darling. No problem with being 50. I can't believe I'm 57. I find that difficult to really believe. Like in 3 years, 2.5 years' time, I'll be 60. You know, fingers crossed, really. Whatever, anyway. Okay, gang, shall we do today's little game of bingo? All right. Let's do today's little game of bingo. As always, you need to mark off all the numbers on your list. Chris Williams, if you're still... Are you on the list or not? No, I don't think you are now, are you? You won again last week and you was a... you didn't claim, did you? Are you on the list? Let me have a look. Christopher Williams. No, you're not. You must have won again last week then. All right, so we're going to play our daily game of bingo. We only play for a full house, not four corners, not a line, mark bowls. You need to mark off all the numbers on your bingo tickets. And as soon as you've done that, shout bingo in the chat box. Okay? All right, here comes the board. Let's play. First number out. 2 and 8, 28. 1 untalented Gemma Collins, number 8. 3 and 8, 38. 7 and 8, 7 and 8, 78. Mick, you're not old. You're not old. Are you even 50, Mark? Oh, I shouldn't say numbers. Don't mark that off. Are you even halfway to the century yet? I don't think you are you, Mick? You're not old. 4 and 8, 48. Did we do 3 and 8? 3 and 8... Oh, what have I done now? Hang on a minute. Oh, dear. I can't even see that number. We did 3 and 8, 38. 4 and 8, 48. Here we go. All on its own, number 5. Jason says there's only a few that know what I look like. Yeah, it's probably a good thing, to be honest, Jason. 2-0 blind 20. 8 and 9, 89. 7 and 1, 71. All the 4s, 44. 2 and 3, 23. All the 5s, 55. 2 and 1, 21. Is that your birthday, Halloween? Funny that, isn't it, Mick? Funny that your birthday's on Halloween. Or 7 and 3, 73. 6 and 3, 63. 8-0, blind 80. Fran likes going out with gay men to clubs. They're usually good dancers. We are very good. Well, I used to be anyway. They were fun to be with and left you alone. Funny that, isn't it? 4 and 1, 41. I didn't used to stop the old trollops coming in and chatting me up when I was DJing in straight clubs. No, I'm gay. Oh, well, I think I can change you. No, you can't. Go away. All on its own, number 1. 6 and 8, 68. 7 and 9, 79. 7 and 5, 75. 6 and 2, 62. 2 little ducks, 22, Denise. Quack, quack. 3 and 1, 31. 5 and 8, 58. Actually, Denise, I've just... it's reminded me of something. And It wasn't derogatory or anything, Denise. I'll never forget your husband, Alton. And we was at Liberty Radio, and he just found out someone else was gay on the station. I can't remember who it was now. I can't remember. It's irrelevant anyway, irrelevant. And so he said, I didn't even know he was gay. The whole station is run by gays. I think I'm the only one here. And I'm chuckling. He said, you're not gay, are you, Chris? And I'm like, well, oh my God. He's gone like It was hilarious. He's so nice, your husband, Alton. She's married to a lovely, but I went to the wedding actually some years ago now. Alton and Denise's wedding, which was in Beaconsfield, at registry office in Beaconsfield. Lovely wedding, beautiful place. Anyway, 5 and 8, 58. 4 and 5, 45. 6 and 5, 65. Mark says, you never see an unhappy gay person. What's missing? The woman. Exactly. Exactly. Come on, Mark. I'm going to ask you a question now. I want you to be very honest with it. Have you seen Tina smile this month? Has she been jovial? Have you told a little joke? Or perhaps you've been doing something with your little boy, and, you've been throwing him up in the air. Oh, be careful with him. You might hurt him. Is it all a bit like that, lovey? Is it? 6 and 5, 65. 5 and 3, 53. 5 and 6, 56. Is it that long ago, Denise? Good God. Blimey. All those years since I went to that wedding, I can't get over that. 3 and 7, 37. 8 and 7, 87. 1 and 6, sweet 16. All the threes, 33. Unlucky for some. 1 and 3, 13. 1 and 9, 19. 1 and none and 19. None and 19. 1 and 4, 14. All on its own. It's a click. Number 6. 6-0, blind 60. All the ones, legs 11. 8 and 3, 83. Mark says, I've been with her for years and never seen her smile. Miserable old bag. 8 and 3, 83. All the 7s, 77. 9-0, blind 90. All on its own, it's one little duck, number 2, Denise. 2 and 4, 24. 7-0, blind 70. 5 and 2, 52. 5-0, blind 50. 8 and 2, 82. 4-0, blind 40. All on its own, little number 3. 5 and 1, 51. 2 and 9, 29. 2 and 6, 26. 6 and 9, 69. All the 6s, click those fingers, it's 60, 60, clickety click. 4 and 9, 49. 7 and 6, 76. All on its own, number 9. 1 and 8, 18. Do you know what I might do tomorrow? I'm going to move the camera tomorrow. You see this one here? See that one? I'm going to move that tomorrow so that you can see what I'm doing. Shall I do it now? Do you want to see it now? Do you want to see it now? Do you want to see it now? Let's see if I can move this. Then you can see what's happening in front of me, yeah? Let's just move that round a bit. That comes right out there and around. There you go. Look. How's that? I don't think I'll leave it here forever, but you can sort of see what I'm doing, can you? Does that come around any further than that? Oh, it's stretching the wire. Hang on a minute. I'm stretching the wire, the camera wire. Oh, hang on. I've got a bit more on there. Yeah, we can come around a bit further. How far can we go with this? Just tilt that a little bit that way. What can you see? Can you see much going on here? Can you see that? Right, can you see this? Can you see that? All right. Yeah, you can, can't you? So you can see what's going on there now. All right, but you can't see the board, can you? Oh. So that's what happens, right? I'll show you. I'll pick a couple of numbers so you can't see the board, I know, but just a minute, look. All on its own, number 4. And I can use either the mouse or the keyboard, the space bar, look. 3 and 4, 34. Can you see the numbers changing there? 5 and 7, 57. Right. 3 and 5, 35. So that's how that works. Okay? Thought you might be interested in seeing that. Carrying on, my dears. 3 and 2, 32. 4 and 7, 47. Boris's Den, number 10. 2 and 5, 25. 1 and 2, 12. 6 and 1, 61. 5 and 4, 54. 8 and 4, 84. 8 and 1, 81. 8 and 6, 86. 7 and 4, 74. All on its own, number 7. 7 and 2, 72. 5 and 9, the Brighton line. Woo, woo. Buh, buh. 1 and 5, 15. 4 and 3, 43. We have a winner on number 43, gang. All right. Let's bring up the clock, and you've got 1 minute and 30. Oh, hiccups. 1 minute and 30 seconds to claim your prize. There you go. Okay. Who's going to get the extra raffle ticket today, I wonder? Where's all the tickets I pulled earlier? Oh, there they are. Da, 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 da. Come on. Claim, baby. Claim. Blah, blah. Blah, blah. Who's got it? You went to Brighton, did you, Frank? A lot of bars in Brighton. Yeah, it's not. I'm not keen on Brighton. I'm not keen on. I like Hove, not Brighton, though. Who's the winner? Blah, blah, blah. Come on, claim. Don't throw your ticket away yet, young Michael. Have you got big moobs, have you, Mick? I have as well at the moment. I don't like them. I like to feel them, actually. I like sometimes to put my hand underneath my shirt and have a little touch. I think you'd like these, Mark Bowles. Oh, there he is. Shouting bingo. Thank you, Mark. Mark's the winner this morning. Stop the clock. There you go. Here come Mark's numbers this morning. They are 5, 9, 11, 23, 23, 22, 37, 38, last number 43, 44, 53, 59, 61, 77, 78 and 89 for Babyface Mark Bowles. There you go, darling. An extra raffle ticket for you, Mark. Number 420, just underneath Mick Davenport. There you go. In this case, you are underneath someone. One day, I will be underneath, lovey. There we go. All right, 420 for you, Mr. Mark Bowles. Congratulations. Do you like that little setting like that? Do you like that setting? I don't know about that. It's a bit kind of... No, not that one, isn't it? It's like... Hello? Can't even see you there, really. What's that look like with the 3 cameras? Hang on. Oh, I don't know. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, Christ, no. No, I shall be replacing that back in the position it was in. Well, I think it's time to go now, boys and girls. I'm desperate to go for my long walk, and people are waiting for their prizes to be posted, aren't you? Oh, I can't believe it. I won Sunday night and I still haven't got my thing in the post. When are you posting it? Well, blame these people here. They kept me talking for so long. Not my fault. Nothing to do with me, Governor. Pass the buck. Nothing to do with me. It's all to do with the council. Nah, it's all the council's fault. That's why he's so late with posting them things today. Blame the council. It's all the council's fault. Nothing to do with me. No, I don't want anything to do with it. Nothing to do with me. It's the council's fault. It's the council's fault, isn't it? Council's fault. See you tomorrow at 8:45. Have a nice Monday. Thanks for watching and listening. Cheerio.